All right, Brandon's gonna get mad. All right, just give me the 3, 2, 1 whenever you're ready to start.
No, yeah, you're good. Go.
Oh, shit. Hi, I am playing Avery LaMarche. I am the group's handler? Question mark.
At this point, you are,
Concerning?
yeah.
Question mark. Resident bureaucrat and lawyer. Basically, my character's going to hell and he knows it.
Good for you.
His beliefs are he wants to build a reputation of reliability as a spy for the Candlekeepers. While working under Bartholomew, Bishop Bartholomew.
Yes.
And with the goal of I will build profiles of the people I have been assigned to watch, which are these lovable bugalugs that I've been forced to play with. And
yeah, you did accomplish part of that last session.
But it's not completely done.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that'll be done this session. The second belief is he believes that the church needs to learn to compromise and not hunt heretics, and he'll prevent them from killing the witch they have captured.
Yes, that's a good goal. Now, technically, that happened, so you can sort of, we might have needed to alter that, but I think we could still play it out because you aren't aware that she's not going to be killed yet.
Yeah.
And she still might be tortured inhumanely, so that would be kind of your job to intervene.
I guess I will prevent them from torturing this witch they have captured.
Yeah, and well, actually, no, that's not true, because I remember the compromise was they were going to get information and then kill her, so she's still going to be killed just later. Right. So you still can prevent her from being killed, because she's still going to be killed. Just postponed her execution in order to question her, because that's what Aaron suggested.
And then his third belief is, in order to survive in this world, we must unite as a community. I will build a spy network in order to build enough social influence to bring these groups together. An addendum to that is he will be willing to do literally anything it takes, including death or selling his soul.
Yes.
He's kind of, that's his ultimate end goal as far as big things go. It's not exactly a single session thing. Unless I sell my soul to a demon, then I guess I could argue that I could get it to
demons. You get your spy network instantly. There you go. It's fine.
Instincts are he'll always keep a tab on my prey, and essentially this is like a quest marker in an RPG game.
Yes, exactly. So you have an idea of like where everyone is.
And basically how this is explained is he essentially already has like a small spy network, and he can or he's overly watchful, depending on, of course, the situation at hand. Typically in the city, it's like orphans and whores and shit. His instinct number 2 is kind of iffy right now. It's still on the table. Me and Brandon, Nova, sorry.
I like this one. Yeah.
Is always keep letters short and concise. Never say too much. Basically, he writes very, very short letters, like maximum a paragraph, 3 sentences, like the smallest paragraph you can write. And then his last one, and probably my favorite instinct, is if in a sword fight, he would feign with a sword in his right hand and close in with the knife in his left. And Avery's actually left-handed, and he uses a sword in his right. So essentially he'll go, I'm going to hit you with this sword, drop it, and then stab him when he looks down.
Yeah, I really like it's a nice feint maneuver kind of thing. So that's good. So right around with Avery right now, actually, they're in the same area still. So transition. So we have Melanie. You can introduce yourself. I don't think you looked at the sheet before this week, so I actually added that second part to your
Yeah, I looked at that just now. I had a quick question. I just messaged you about it.
Yeah.
I put the new belief up that's on there. Is that okay?
I mean, I think this one would probably be too broad. You probably want to get more specific. Because I like it. It's a good belief. Like everything up to here is good. You just need to make it something that you could actually get a persona for. Because it's not really easy for you to resolve something like this. If you just want to get closer to him.
Does that work?
No. Get in here.
Umbry, how dare you? I want to put you in the goddamn jar. Don't let Brandon take this from me.
Oh, great.
Melody, don't stop this. My JR plan is perfect.
You can't hear your character matters.
I'm serious. She's like,
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, maybe you.
She's like, TikTok. I'm gonna punish myself by not doing the things that I'm responsible to be doing.
Okay,
right now.
I think this is better. Okay, I can
okay,
at least
that one works.
I can at least kind of gauge this because then I can ask Ryan, do you trust her yet?
Yeah.
Stop asking if I trust you, because the answer is yes, always. No.
No, she's play it out. Ryan. There's a difference between your character trusting me and you trust me. I know you already trust me, buddy, but in character relationships, come on.
Okay, so let's have you read your beliefs and instincts because I think we already have a good idea of your character.
All right, hold on. Let me pull back the front part. I believe it's on bio. All right, so I play Melanie Merle, otherwise known as Eloise.
Umbry, can you mute, please?
Oh yeah, the background noise.
Just mute real quick. Thank you.
Anyway, yes, I play Melanie Merle, otherwise known as Eloise Dawnbird. She's basically a witch born from the mountain village just outside of the Candlelight. Mother was killed by the church, wanting to get revenge. She just got finished with the mission that they were going on, and it basically finished up everything that she could. Now that she's a little distrusted because of her drinking habits, she has been given an opportunity to advance her position after a very successful mission. So that's great. We encountered monsters and everything and learned the truth about Erin, which is going to be great because it's prominent because now she's a freaking fire spirit in the middle of goddamn nowhere. This also allowed me and her to grow closer. Bartholomew allowed me to apply for a position at the Candlekeepers, but Avery is the one in charge, so
yeah,
that's gonna be good.
So we'll see how that plays out.
And then there's also the blonde witch that we saw last session.
Yes, you still need to deal with that. There's a lot of stuff going on that you need to deal with at once, so you'll have to make a decision on where you want to go.
Yes, my beliefs are that I want to get closer to Avery. He interests me greatly, and I feel like he has secrets about himself.
Oh, damn it.
As useful information to me.
Hold on, Spider.
Okay.
I got it, though.
You're trying to light it on fire?
No, I got a plate.
Okay, I heard a flick. It sounded like someone lighting a match.
This is so satisfying. I feel like a god. I just smashed it like a boss.
You are cruel and unruly to those that harm you in the animal kingdom.
I hate spiders.
Anyway, I'll repeat that again then, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
I want to get closer to Avery. He interests me greatly, and I feel like he has secrets about himself that could prove as useful knowledge to me. I'll try to befriend him and gain his trust. The second belief is I want to get closer to Erin and tell her the truth about what I am. There isn't anyone I feel like I can trust more than her right now.
Mm-hmm.
The third belief is that I want to advance my position at church in order to gain information about their secrets so that I can send them to Farite. See, I've got that partially done, but I need to get the secrets, and then it'll be able to be finished.
You need to get approval from him before you can actually advance.
Yeah, that's true. But I still need to get some.
But then once you are in that position, you'll basically be within their information network, which will basically give you all their most of the information that you would need.
Yeah. And then as for instincts, I will always give others the chance to prove they are good. Whenever I am in a dark place, I secretly pray to the Shadow God, and I will always protect any other witches that come into harm's way.
Yes.
Well,
those are good.
I'm in the works of the last part, but it's to be seen.
See, because it's interesting, because then I can be like, no, they're going to stab her, and then I'll be like, well, you're going to get in the way, right? Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And then I suddenly make a shadow cloud, and my cover's blown. No, I'm kidding.
So then we'll go to because so I'll have Umbry go last now because
Oh.
But I'll have Jins go now, so you can.
Let me go ahead and mute them.
All right. My character is Ash Correa, also known as Ash. She's 20 years old. She has gold eyes, blonde hair, and she's short. Very short. She's basically a lolly. Although I wanted her to be a dwarf, but
we're working on that. You know,
God damn it, more lollies!
you might actually be a dwarf. We don't
She might.
know.
She believes, or I guess I believe, that dwarves are the dwarves of legend are real, and she will find the underground city of the dwarves. To unlock the city, she needs to find dwarven artifacts and hopes that the local archaeologists can help.
Yes.
She believes that the church is corrupt but is working for the good of all people in general. She must remain stubborn and neutral towards their advances. Her other belief is she believes her apprentices are actually spies for the church and will choose her words carefully around her apprentices.
Okay.
Her instincts are she feels threatened, she'll pull out her hammer. When she's not busy, she will be working on mending and crafting. And if they find any kind of artifact, when she's around, she will examine it to determine if it is dwarven or not.
Yes. Okay, great. And now we...
Huh?
You're up, Aaron. It's your turn.
Touchpad is difficult, so I'm playing Aaron Dunstrader. Basically, I'm the other lolly, as you can put it. Currently a priestess of a Dawnbringer, but also something that the church sees as an enemy, so I have to maintain a cover, and my cover is kind of blown.
Yeah, now you're in a dangerous position.
Yeah. But yeah, my beliefs right now, those who actively slander the Lightbringer's name deserve sweet divine punishment. It will meet the edge of my sword. I will prove to the church I am not damned, regardless of being revealed as a spirit.
Yeah.
And I want to learn more about Eloise's past. She piques my curiosity.
Those are good ones. And then
Now for my instincts. Gotta scroll down, kind of hard of a touchpad. If I find text that appears legible, I will read it. I will always keep my sword at the ready in a hostile environment.
Which actually, I should clarify this. Are you in a hostile? Because now you're surrounded by people who want to kill you. Are you in a hostile environment at this point? Because
I don't consider the church hostile.
Okay, good. I just have to ask because that's important to know. Because technically,
I will always listen to the stories from the locals whenever I visit new settlement.
Which you did last time. I gave you a bunch of little tidbits of stuff. Whether you wanted to pick up on it or not, that's up to you. But I did throw you some information. Okay.
Yeah.
So, allow me to sort of set the scene. So, it's just sort of completely dark, and we sort of start on this scene of this hot metal blazing through the darkness, and one of your apprentices is just smashing against this metal, like with a hard clang that sort of echoes through this little blacksmith workshop that you have, Ash. And then you sort of hear this clanging sort of echo through the room, and it's like bright and hot and warm in there. And you notice the clanging comes in unison with these sort of loud footsteps as this man sort of enters into the shop. A really large guy with I'm actually going to probably screen share it, unless Ryan wants to screen share it, because it's his character's brother, Horatio LaMarche, and you would know who this guy is immediately as he sort of approaches. Just sort of like stomps his way into the place, and this guy you would know is one of the like captains of the Dawn Seekers. So he is like one of the 3 captains of the Dawn Seekers, and Silver will understand what I mean when I say this, but they're effectively, in this context, they're the equivalent of like the admirals of the Navy in One Piece, or the Marines. These guys are like a big deal. And he just put the image on Skype if you want to see it. And I'll probably screen share it too, just so that everyone else can see it. In a minute. Once I
Oh,
open-
great. He's got the body of an admiral, too.
Yes, he's very well built, and he has like an eye patch, and he looks very serious, and he sort of growls a bit as he enters. And he looks at well, where are you in this workshop?
I'm probably working at my forge.
Okay. So he goes over to the forge, and he kind of narrows his eyes at you. He says, "Can you make me a sword?"
Sure. What kind of sword do you want?
Something that'll.
Say
Yeah, and he's like, he thinks for a minute. He's like, I'm gonna be killing a witch. I need a witch killing sword.
All right. So probably cold iron then.
If you can.
I can probably do that.
He sort of chuckles. Good, good. You've got spirit. See, these other blacksmiths, they work for us. They don't have any of that. I see that in your eyes.
All right. So it'll probably be a while before I can finish making it, but
Oh, that's no problem. You take your time.
how much are you going to pay for it?
How much you want for something like this?
Well, I mean, it depends on the quality of the materials that I'm using and the length of time that it takes to produce it.
We can give you the materials. That's not a problem. We just need this job done.
All right. If you're going to give me the materials, then I don't have to use any of my own. I can probably drop the price down significantly. What's a sword like this worth to you with the materials that you're providing?
Well, we need this witch. He just like does that. He's like, we just need her dead. So
Right. Okay.
we want this to be clean.
Well, how about, since I'm not fronting the materials for it, how about 50 gold pieces?
That'll work.
All right.
So actually, just a little aside. So they don't actually have like a gold piece economy, but it is sort of like they have copper pennies, which would be about equivalent to like a gold piece. So you would have 50 candle pennies essentially would be the same, which would probably be in this case. Let me go see how much money that actually is in like resource value.
That's probably like $200.
I mean, that would be like no, because that would be like maybe like 1,000, or no, not 1,000. It'd be like $100 bucks.
Yeah, that sounds about right if they're fronting the materials.
Yeah, I'm looking up for the how much they would be paying you in terms of like resource cost, because this is a pretty good deal. I just need to look at equipment. Okay, resources 50 go. Yeah, that would be like 3 resource points. So that's pretty solid. They'd be paying you like 3 dice of cash, which is a good amount.
Yep, I'll take that.
So let me just write that. Yeah, that's enough to live for a while. So you'd probably make a pretty big break on this. So
I was screwing him over a little bit on it actually, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm a merchant. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. So I mean, because I don't think he's you. I think you might. I don't know how much you know about this guy.
Nothing at all.
But he doesn't seem to question your pricing. So you might want to infer that he's not like this. Not the brightest tool in the shed.
Nope.
You might be ripping him off, but he wouldn't know any better. Let me see. I don't think he has those skills. He does not have.
You don't know math good.
Haggling.
My name's Horatio. I know my family's rich.
You can get the
Horatio,
job done, and that price is fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's literally what he says. If you can do it, then I don't care.
He's about as dumb as the mountains.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
I
I
mean,
live in the mountains. Don't insult the mountains.
No, he's talking about Game of Thrones, not you.
Okay, fine.
I went high thinking he'd try to haggle lower, but he didn't, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He
sorry,
doesn't.
I changed the image, by the way, for Melanie.
He doesn't have haggling, so he can't actually lower the price. Let me look at this. Ooh, cute. Okay.
Cassandra. Yay.
So, where was I for witch killing sword? How long? He's asking you like how long it would take, And I mean, I guess that would be something we'd have to determine ourselves.
Right.
But
I mean, normally in real life, forging a sword is going to take at least a day or two.
yeah, of course. So could you tell him like a few days? He'll be like, yeah.
Come back in a few days. I'll have your sword ready for you.
And he just leaves. He just
But
growls.
then making cold iron requires you to do it without a forge, which takes twice as long.
That's true.
Yeah. So it would maybe be like a week or something, or
All right.
less. But yeah, he's like, because he's like, I think you do hear that he has to mumble this under his breath. And he's like, oh, we have to hold it for that long. Damn. Well, okay. And and I think the apprentices are like looking like towards you, and one of them stops like hammering. I think it's Phil, and he's just like looking at you like, what did you want?
Sword. Cold
Sword?
iron sword.
Why would he want something like that? That's not.
I don't know. He's
usually
paying
what they-
for it, though.
No. I like the idea where it's just like, I don't pay you to think.
Get back to work. Yes, ma'am.
It's like, I don't pay you to question. It's like, I don't pay you to question the customer.
Why aren't you sweeping the floors? That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Well, it's because Rebecca's sweeping the floors,
Ah,
and she's over there.
so it's Phil that's questioning me.
Damn it, Phil!
You're working the bellows for this.
I've never liked Phil.
No safety equipment for the weak, Phil.
No,
She just gets his head dunked in the forge. My eyes!
Phil, that's coming out of your pay.
All right. So, unless there's a
it's
specific,
Phil is the scapegoat.
yeah, because I'm not even gonna make you roll to like rip him off because he doesn't have any counter he can make. I mean, he's not.
Was
Fair
he
enough.
satisfied with the deal?
I think that price is actually fair based on what you're asking for anyway. So that's.
And plus, this is an independent too. So,
Yeah, you can charge your own price. I mean, it's
yeah,
like,
you set your wages basically. If they
So-
couldn't pay for it, then that's their problem.
so unless there's any kind of action you want to take beyond that, besides doing this thing. In fact, we could actually just have you roll for this now, and then we could determine that if you want.
Sure, that works.
Do we-
What do I roll?
I just realized that could be you. Let's see. Let me look at what you're. So I'm assuming let's try to work this out. So your intent here is to make this sword.
Right.
And you are sort of taking your time, so I will give you a bonus die for that. Assuming, unless you want to actually, because if you took your time, it would probably take you the whole week. I'm assuming that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Okay, because then we could do some time skip stuff, and I'd be okay
Chill. Yeah.
with doing that. All right. Cool. So we'll do that. So it will take you like a whole week. And that would cause you guys to have a little more bonding time. Like we could kind of do more of a montage type thing between Melanie and Avery. That would be cool because I don't think your next mission would come for a while. So we could do that.
I mean, there's also the whole spirit biz. So.
Yeah. You would need to deal with that immediately, but we would resolve that as we go.
Yeah.
So let me see what skills you have access to. I did not actually
I
write
have
in all your-
weaponsmithing for my skills. It's
Yeah.
perception and agility, and I have 4 dice for that.
Yeah, so that would be the first thing we do. So weaponsmithing would be what you're actually rolling here. So what you want to do is you want to go over to here.
Persona gives you extra die, by the way. And then,
Yeah.
what was the other one again?
Thing is
Fate?
4. Fate, yeah, rerolled 6s.
Yeah.
And persona but she only has 1 persona right now.
I know. It's just a casual reminder for everybody.
And then I'm assuming, because here's a really cool thing about you having assistants, they're going to be able to help you. So you can actually get extra dice for that. Let me
Nice.
just set the difficulty for this real quick, because I want to look at what the difficulty would be. And then we can determine how many dice you might need based on that. I mean, you probably want to get more than the difficulty, because the higher you get, the faster you can actually do this.
And doesn't it also set up the quality too?
Yeah, exactly. So superior quality weapons. I don't think that you're necessarily trying to make it could be considered a superior quality weapon, but I
Cold
don't.
iron weapons aren't generally, superior
Yeah.
quality. They're
Right. So it's not like a It's not like a masterwork thing or the
No, I'd be
equivalent.
charging a lot more for a masterwork
Right.
weapon.
So this would only be obstacle 2. So this is actually pretty easy for you to do even without help. But I'll give you help because that'd be fine. Actually, I think it'd be more of like a longer sword. So obs 3. That seems very reasonable for that. So yeah, so the obstacle is 3. You're taking your time, so you get an extra die for that. Now, if you fail, then you're going to be late on you're going to be late on making it, and they're going to come back and be like, "What the hell? What's going on?" But we'll resolve that later. I'm just putting
because it's cold iron, you have to work it without a forge, which
Yeah.
makes it harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not going to be actually like it's just going to take longer. It wouldn't be like more difficult, so to say.
True.
So you'd end up right now. You get a bonus die for the time. You get 2 extra dice for the assistants helping you because that's totally a thing.
We got to cover how I roll though, because we haven't really covered that yet. So
Oh, okay, you don't know how to do that. Okay, so what
No.
you do is you go to your character sheet,
Okay.
and then under the stats and skills,
Right.
you'll see weaponsmithing, and then
Okay.
I put it there for you with a 4.
Yeah.
So what you do is you click the dice there, the
Okay.
the die next to the B,
Yeah, I got it.
and it'll open up a macro for you.
It says modifiers.
So the modifiers right now would be 3, and I'm just checking to see if there's any other modifiers you want to add, because you could add a lot more stuff
Okay.
if you wanted. Like you could go. I'm gonna go over here to your other skills. We could add in blacksmithing if you want for an extra die.
I think that would actually probably be appropriate considering.
Okay. So 4. So you'd have modifiers of 4. Swordsman wise, that's really close though. I mean, I don't know if swordsman wise helps you with swords.
I don't think so.
Yes, it
No,
does. It
but-
helps you with swords. If you know a swordsman, you know swords.
Well, that's up to
Okay.
I guess you could if you want to reach, you could justify that one. But I'm kind of wondering if you like.
That's
you
kind of
know-
a reach, really,
I
just because I
think-
know
I think it'd
about
be-
swords.
Actually,
Doesn't
I
mean
just
know
thought
how to make swords.
I just thought of one that would be really cool. Is if you knew his the way he handled the sword, you could make a sword that's better for him. But that
Right, but I don't know him that well, so.
Right. And you could make a roll for that separately, but that'd be more difficult. I don't think you want to attempt it.
No,
So
I'm just gonna add.
you're
the
not trying to make a
blacksmith.
custom sword for him, but that'd be a cool concept.
Right.
So yeah, you get an extra die for that, just for the blacksmithing, and that'd be it.
Okay, so modifier 4.
Yeah, your modifier is 4, so that gives you a lot of dice.
All right. What's Artha?
And, Artha is if you want to add your persona, which you probably don't. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
So just leave it at 0.
Yeah, 0 would be
Yeah.
solid.
And based on the skill you said was 2,
The obstacle is 3,
3.
but it still shouldn't be that hard for you.
Unless you get really unlucky.
Let's see. I just scroll down on here. Let's see what you got.
Well, you got really unlucky.
Well, no, he has a 6. You could reroll that 6 with a fate point, and then you
True.
could
That's
still
true.
succeed. It's still very possible for you to succeed. Keep in mind that the consequence that I said wasn't that you don't actually get the weapon done. It's
It just
that
takes
you
longer.
don't get it done. Yeah, it
yeah.
just takes longer. So you're not
Longer than
actually
expected,
botching
anyway.
you're not actually botching the sword. You're actually just like taking more than time than they wanted you to, and they're gonna get mad and they're gonna be like, "We need to kill this witch now. She's getting." Yeah, but you can roll your fate point, and if you want to use it,
What's a fate
you
point?
can use it if you.
The fate
you have
point is
right-
basically if you get 6s, you get the opportunity to re-roll that 6
Okay.
for another chance at getting a success.
I also marked the routine weaponsmithing test for you.
Basically,
You
if
can
you
get
get 6s, you can spend a fate point. The rolls become open-ended.
And then you're gonna
Yeah.
get a lot of fate points. So spending 1 right now, I can tell you, isn't gonna be a big deal.
Okay.
So you would to do that, you would be doing you would type in the chat. You would go /roll 1d6.
Yeah.
I know how to roll stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're gonna spend that. Okay.
Sure, I guess.
Cool. No reason not to. Okay. Well, that does not help.
Well,
So
I guess you just take longer then.
So here's what's going to happen. So we're going to sort of skip a little bit. I think I do need to know immediately what you do with Aaron, but then after that we can sort of move ahead. So I'm gonna make a note here. You still get the thing though is that with this game you still advance your skills even if you fail. So you failed,
Yeah, because
but
you're still putting use to them.
Yeah,
Well, and
but
I
you still get it.
technically I still made the sword. It just took longer. So
Yeah, you didn't fail with making the sword. It wasn't difficult for you to make. It just takes you like a lot longer than they wanted, and they're not going to be happy about it. So a week. Okay, so I think what I'll say is that it'll take you like 9 days instead of.
I'll just tell them that the materials they provided were inferior to what I'm used to working with, so it took longer.
I like that because you could actually make that argument. That's good. I like that because you have like appraisal. You're like, no, these are junk. You screwed me up. You see. You could like make some like false appraisal or something. As makes the witch. Are you gonna name the sword, or do you just want it to?
No, it's just a sword. It's nothing special. There's nothing special about the sword. Besides, you're not supposed to name a sword until you kill something with it.
Okay, that's a good tradition. All right, fair enough. So, you two, you see Aaron in the window. What do you do?
We do a spit take, then we run after it.
Okay, so you guys run out of the church, and you see Aaron sort of floating up into the sky. Pink hair, fairy wings, all that. Now, the only one who's really aware of what's going on is Melanie, because you know that she has a spiritual form, but this is the first time you've actually seen it. So the real question, like, what are you going to do in this specific situation where you have to deal with this specific thing? Because there are a lot of different things you could do at this point.
Such as?
Well, okay, because you could get her to come down and then try to put her in the jar like you wanted.
Or like a certain someone wanted.
I want a jar like it's like Zelda.
Yeah, we're just doing Zelda now. They're trying to make the Master Sword to kill the witch, evil witch, and now they're gonna stick a berry in a jar. Although she's a full-sized person, so I feel like you need a bigger.
I look at my jar all disappointed.
But she's kind of like fading in, like she's not actually fading, but she can't like. Are you trying to get back in?
Materialize?
Are you trying to get? No, she's like materialized, but I'm wondering if you're trying to get back in the church or if you're just trying to escape. Like where is Aaron trying to go?
Yeah,
right
I
now?
would need to know that first, I guess.
Yeah, like
Because her
Trying
movements would make
to
it very
escape and lay low for a bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
so she's trying to fly, like she's trying to move away, and like when I say fly, she's more like floating. It's like Peter Pan. She's just like the air is kind of like, vroom. She's really light, so she's just like floating away, and she has these little wings that are kind of flapping, but they aren't actually like carrying her weight. And she's got this like fiery aura about her, but you can't really see that because you're not like, there's no real indication of what kind of spirit she is. I mean, you could identify that, but you already knew that. But now you can like visually identify that if you want. But that's not important. What's important is what you want to do. So like, are you gonna call over to Aaron and be like, hey, listen? Or are you gonna like just stand there and watch her try to go somewhere else?
Okay, I guess this is a quick question over to Ryan's character. Do you, on an OC level, did you bring anything to write on or with?
I'm just gonna remind you what my character is. He is a bureaucrat and a lawyer. Yes, he brought things to write with.
All right, he's basically be like, pad of paper, pad now.
There, that.
All right, she's basically going to write a part of the city, like a location.
Okay.
She's gonna pretty much like toss it to Aaron.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, she's not really that high up, so you could probably pull that off. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make you roll for that. Oh, you burned the paper. Oh, how
Oh, accidentally.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so you give her.
This is like Grilby here.
You give her a place to. I mean, she doesn't combust things when she touches them.
Yeah, I
so
know.
she can-
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
so-
man, my flambe
I
restaurant's
told
not gonna work.
you.
No, she doesn't have the ability to like conjure fire yet. She's not that strong.
Like I
Damn.
said, I told him earlier that like fire spirits have that more along those voluntary. It's like you have to intentionally do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you stab her, maybe she'll explode, but that would be like.
that would be a
Man,
bad
I had
idea.
big plans for this restaurant.
Well, I mean,
your big plans of having a desert like tavern is not going to be a thing.
see, I mean, technically, she could walk into the oven and like not get burned, but that's about it. I mean,
But anyway, yeah. So she basically gave her the
she's
location.
really good. She'd be
And at
really
this
good at
point-
glass making.
Yeah, and at
Just
this
walk
point,
into the.
at this point, she was basically just like making like a small gesture to just get out of here because there's not a whole lot like at this point that she knows what she could do for this point.
Yeah, you're kind of staticky, but it's okay. That's normal for you.
Oop, let me refresh then.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna follow the directions that Eloise threw me.
that's a good idea. Are you? I actually want to know how is Avery reacting to this because you're familiar with like magic vaguely. You don't actually have any skill like knowing magic.
No, dude, my wife knew that shit, not me.
But you know about like you don't really know that much, but you are aware that this is like this is clearly not a humanoid being. So the question is like, how are you reacting to this? Because your first instinct would be like, okay, we should probably kill
All
this
right,
thing.
able to hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear that.
Because I should clarify this: like witches and these spirits are not the
Oh.
are not the same thing. So even if you might sympathize with them, you don't necessarily sympathize with Aaron because you.
However, my counterpoint to that is, what does the raw power of fire symbolize?
Well, in
and-
this case, it symbolizes a lot of things. I mean,
Exactly. That's what I mean. So he's kind of looking. He's not. He doesn't have the same kind of combat-y instinct of
No.
run in there and get into a fist fight with a
obviously
spirit.
It's like in the air, so you'd have to like jump and.
Yeah,
No.
he's like, he doesn't have he kind of like grips his sword a little bit heavily, but he's like, this is interesting to him. It's more of a creature of fascination for Avery.
My computer lagged. Sorry, what I miss?
No, I was just asking Avery like what his reaction is. And he's like, "Well, you're not gonna attack it, but you're just watching."
Yeah, no, he's kind of looking at it with a combination of curiosity, like shock and awe for him. He's like, why is this near the church? That's strange. Has things changed since I've last been here?
Yeah, you're like, wait,
And-
a minute, this is not. Yeah,
And then awe because he's like, that is so interesting. Like, if this thing can like fly and do fire stuff, I could do so much.
You don't know what kind of spirit it is. If you want to determine that, you can, because you would have a vague knowledge of these things.
Well, I have witch wise. I don't have any other kind of wise.
Right, but
So
you could still make an attempt to gauge what this thing is.
Is it? I thought it was like bright red and stuff.
Like she's like glittering and like pink, not like red.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more like an orange red.
Yeah, she
never mind
has
then.
a different. The picture we would use is different because I actually changed the picture to fit her human appearance. I would probably change it back now to fit her other one, which I'll screen share it. Hold on, I need to go get it.
But like Avery is just like, his mind's kind of working like, because he's actually about like not killing heretics typically.
Right,
It's kind of his whole deal.
Yeah. I see what you mean. But
Yeah. So like
with that, I usually say like, well, there are different types of heretics. Like in this case, the witches are one type, but then these things are a completely different type.
Yeah, and I get that, but I kind of feel like Avery.
Yeah, I don't think
might be a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a little scared because it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what the hell that is, and the first instinct as a human when you're scared is either run away or
I'm
murder
already
it.
taking care of it, Umbry, but yeah, you could send it on Skype, sure.
But he's like,
You
this
can
is
screen
cool.
share it to pretty viewers.
I'm working on that part.
Yeah, he just he's shocked and awed right now. He's kind of too busy up to really do anything, and also he's kind of
Right.
looking behind him and being like,
I mean, there's
my
no-
underling is handing this thing stuff. I'm gonna make sure my underling, and therefore by proxy me, doesn't get in trouble. So now he turns away from the spirit and is just like looking around, and he's making sure nobody kind of sees this interaction going on. And if I do want a warning, if you want me, I can make an observance roll for anyone trying to sneak up on us.
I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone's sneaking up on you. The guards who are outside of the church are seeming to take notice, but they're focused on her and not like what you're doing.
Right,
So
right.
it doesn't seem like they're focused on you at all.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna keep so I'm just gonna keep a watch and kind of wait it out, I guess.
Yeah. So I screen share.
I'm gonna let Melanie, or Eloise as I know her, handle this.
So you've given her a location to meet you. Where are you trying to meet? Where are you trying to meet with Aaron?
Probably on the more like outskirty area of town.
Yeah, like where Yet used to live. That place.
Yeah, pretty much because while the city guard is prominent in terms of like near the area of the church, they're probably less so on the outskirts area, because there's a lot of areas around there that get away with a lot of the stuff because most of the time they're too focused on protecting the church on the middle part.
Okay, fair. So you're gonna meet her like. I love it if you just meet at Yet's old house. Like you're just like, and no, you wouldn't go there. I mean, do you have a specific place like that it's important to you in particular, or do you just? Because you would have gone to patrols like around. You know the area, so you could just pick a place.
Yeah, I'd say it would probably be one of the more like broken down areas.
Okay, so just like an abandoned house you saw once, right? Yeah,
Oh, I know something cool. An abandoned blacksmithery.
I love this. Like you end. No, you know what? That's where you go. You go to Ash's place because it used to be abandoned, and now it's like, oh, there's somebody there now. Fuck. Well, okay.
We'll deal with that when it comes.
That actually seems like a good idea. Let's do that. I like that. So
I
you
guess.
get off to this place that used to be abandoned like a few years ago, but now it's not. Go to the old blacksmith's place. You know that place. Like okay, and then. So we'll get to that when we get to it. I like that a lot.
At this point, she's kind of grabbing onto him and just kind of like trying to drag him back. It's just like, we should probably get out of the street now.
So you guys, are you just gonna head there, or are you going to try to do something else, like talk to the bishop or talk to with this witch business?
Probably the witch business. Going on. That's my main point of prerogative here.
Okay. So
he's just kind of opening and closing his mouth like he wants to say something, but is like very confused.
And so she just ends up like shaking him. She's like, "If you got something on your mind, say it. Come on, we're supposed to know each other here."
You don't know where the witch is being held, so you'd have to figure that out first. I mean, you could kind of.
We're part of the information bureau.
Well, Avery might have that information, but that just happened really recently. But you don't. You're not. You were just.
I know, but I could probably try and figure it out with them. That's the point that I'm trying to get here about role playing.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Avery would know. So you could ask him.
All right. Well, first of the matter, she's trying to get him to speak his mind.
But what?
You can say
by
more
all
than,
that is holy.
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
I don't know exactly, but
what'd you write down? Why'd it go away?
I wrote it a threat to go away.
Oh.
All right.
Are you gonna like?
I just accept that at face value.
Okay, you're gonna. Okay, got it.
He's just like.
And then she looks at him. She's like, "Well, it worked, didn't it?" Okay. Do me a favor here. All right. I'm used to these kind of situations.
He's starting to hyperventilate.
Yeah, that's why she's like basically.
He needs a bag.
She's gonna slap him like across the face. And then, like, not hard enough to like actually hurt him, but like enough to smack him to his senses. And then she's gonna be like, "All right, listen to me. Come on, you're supposed to be my boss here.
Look, man, I just work with letters and information, and not fucking spirits.
Well, look, man, I've been actually on the field a few times. There's things that I've seen. There's some fucked up shit out there, man. You're gonna have to start getting used to this.
That's not
crap.
an orc. That's a fucking flying spirit thingy.
There's fucking spirit things and other shit
fight
out there in
wolves.
this world.
I fought
don't
wolves
care
for 5 years,
wolves.
not spirits.
Okay, listen to me. That just happened, okay? Deal with it. Just breathe. I'm forgetting how to breathe.
The sunglasses drop on Melanie's head. Deal with it.
He's kind of looking between you and then where the spirit kind of like flew off to.
It's flying towards like the old part of town.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we and go investigate that?
No, not right now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, she might have the capability to burn down half of the village. So.
Oh dear Jesus! I mean, dear keeper. Oh no.
Dear keeper. Yes, dear maker.
Oh, dear maker.
Anyway, so she starts dragging him on the inside and sits him down. He's
a small man. That's not very difficult.
Yeah, no, and then she basically takes the alcohol from before because yes, she swagged the bottle.
I believe that you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, probably. And then so she basically puts it. She's like, "Here, drink. Shut up and drink."
And he takes a little sip and goes, "I hate alcohol," and he kind of puts it back to you. That was just to get you to be distracted so I could be writing a profile on you. That's not important right now.
You're an asshole! Holy shit, you're an asshole!
I'm a spy, Eloise. What do you think we do?
Okay, but here's the thing, though. You could have actually drank with me. I mean, who knows? You might actually turn out to like some alcohol.
I do like some alcohol, but I'm not used to that swill.
Okay, well, this swill is enough to get you at least hammered enough to be pretty much okay with what just happened in front of your bare eyes.
Oh, do you want to make like a steel test, like to determine like how composed you would be in this situation, or if you could actually like calm down yourself? Because I feel like that's what this is coming to. Like you need to make a steel test just to calm down. Because it seems like
say drinking the alcohol adds 2 dice to it.
It does.
Yes.
He literally does not like alcohol. However, I'll roll a steel test.
Okay, so you don't take the alcohol, but you're gonna roll it anyway. Okay.
Oh, no, he took a sip
could I
from
get
it.
the modifier for being slapped silly? Melanie.
Let me. No, there would. Yeah, I'll give you an extra die for that.
Well, first of all, you took a drink from it
earlier. Yeah.
No, you literally said that you took a sip from it and then you handed it back.
Yeah, I took a single sip. That's not enough whiskey. That's not enough whiskey nearly for what happened.
Let's see. I have to.
Maybe it's really potent whiskey. No,
I know that you do get a bonus die for that.
All right,
so I have to check the difficulty.
I'm at modifiers 2 right now.
Yeah. Wait. So why do you have 2 modifiers?
Because you said I get 1 die for being slapped silly, and then you just said I get another die for the.
Oh no, you get 1. You get 1 total. So you get
okay.
1.
All right. Cool. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Here I found it. Okay, so let me set the difficulty for this. So if you fail, the consequences that you kind of shut down, and you're like, I don't want to deal with this. Like you're just.
I enter a fugue state.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go back inside. I'm not gonna. You're gonna just leave this.
I'm going to deny this. I'm
going to deny this happened.
I'm in denial.
Yeah, so
that didn't just happen.
I'm gonna say this. The difficulty is your hesitation, so it's 5. And
God.
And in this case, I will give it. So the difficulty is actually going to be around like. I really want to sort of increase this because it does say that supernatural.
So is it going to be like 3?
Higher. But in this case, since she's not actually like horrifying, because Erin is sweet and not terrifying. Like she's adorable.
She's a kind fairy.
I don't want to give you a penalty because it's not like she's like a ghost or a zombie.
Well, it's a zombie ghost.
me and probably lower the difficulty.
You know what? I think so. So I'll put it at ob 4 because I do agree with that. I don't think that it necessarily would make this like because she's not doing anything to threaten you either. She's like in the air.
I got a 5. 5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah. So you're able to deal with this. Also, you get a routine steal test. So that doesn't count for you because you already have 7. So you're fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I have a high skill, but a really high hesitation as well.
You don't need the alcohol to calm down. You got this. So you're like, okay, it's because I think the way we rationalize it is that same way where it's like, okay, she's in the air, she's not scary looking, she's like a kind spirit maybe. So it's not like she's.
So this is running through his head, and he kind of like looks down at the ground. He's like, all right, I'll just deal with this later. We have a witch to deal with right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna distract myself with that, and he's gonna.
I'm gonna come with you at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna get that picture ready. Hold on a sec. So as I'm getting that ready, so can you describe? So you guys are headed into the hallway into the interrogation room. So could you describe that? And you do recognize that Horatio is there before you even step.
Oh shit!
Before you even step into the room.
Oh.
But there's nobody with him. It's just him and this other person who they're taking the bag off of, or the thing off her head.
Do I recognize her?
Well, yeah, you do.
Do I recognize her?
Let me think. Well, she would have been younger. Like how long ago was this?
I left that village like a week ago.
No, but I mean like. In terms of, but I mean, like, how long ago were you in the village?
Yeah.
Oh, I had been there I've been in the woods for 5 years.
Yeah. So
I've been out of there off and on for about 4 because at that same time I was dating my wife.
She would have been gone by then, but you do see her. Melanie, her name is. Let me get the picture. Okay, so let me just make sure the picture.
Yes, give me the picture. Give me the picture.
There you go. Don't know if you could see it.
Where is it?
It's on the Hangout.
Oh, okay. Now I see it.
Okay. So her name is. I have it here.
In before it starts with an A.
Her name is Elsa.
Ah, damn, it's an E.
Elsa Ellett. She basically trained with you. You're both like the same age.
Okay.
So she was learning magic around the same time when you were, and like around the same time you left. She also like left. Well, actually, I think she's a year older than you, so I think she might have left either before or after. I don't remember, but like you would have known each other when you were like really young, like when you were teenagers.
So does she recognize me?
I mean,
or has it been too long for her?
No, I mean she might recognize you. You're older now, so it's like a maybe kind of. But like you were the one who whispered her, but she doesn't you didn't say anything, so she would only recognize your voice.
Yeah.
But like last time you saw her, she was like 14, and now she's like a grown woman, and she's like tied up against this chair. And Horatio is like pulling this bag off of her head, and that's when you guys come in.
This is interesting. Oh.
But before we get to that, I actually feel like
agree to interrogate her first.
But before we get to that, I think I want to switch over to you two just so that you can get some more time, because I feel like if I focus completely on this, we will get nothing. So I'd rather at least get something done here. So you Aaron, you make contact with this old blacksmith shop, and I think you would see. I'm not sure if your workshop has I'm assuming it has like windows.
Blacksmith shops are usually open air.
Yeah. So you would see this fairy like flying over your shop.
Yeah.
Would you land inside the shop once you realize there are like people there? That's the next question for Aaron. Are you gonna?
Well, I would try and pass myself as harmless.
Okay, so would you land was my question. Like, would you just sort of float down and?
I'd probably land low, try and keep as far out of sight as I can, act timid.
Okay, so you see this clearly non-human being like land outside of your shop. And at this point you can take a break from making the sword, obviously, so it's not like you need to do it constantly.
Right.
But like, what do you want because your apprentices just sort of stop what they're doing and like look at you as if they're like trying to figure out if they should do something or if you want them
I'm gonna yell at them to get back to work. It's the first thing I'm gonna do.
to get back to work.
God damn it, Phil! Stop slacking.
But there's the thing. You didn't see
Shut
it.
up. Let me worry about it.
Okay.
I
Like,
don't pay you to worry, Phil.
I don't pay you to look at fairies, Phil.
I pay you to work, and that's what you're gonna do.
pay them. They're apprentices. You don't pay apprentices. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't pay you at all.
You're getting half a shilling.
They get paid in food and board and learning the craft.
I don't pay you at all, so don't even complain about pay because I don't pay you.
I give you a house and home.
Anyway,
Well, maybe.
so what is your
It's questionable, but maybe.
considering you can recognize immediately that she isn't a dwarf. So that's one thing.
So I'm not interested. She's not a dwarf. Don't really care. I'm just gonna keep working.
Okay. So
Okay.
so the blacksmith girl seems to like completely ignore your presence as if you don't exist. Are you going to approach them, or are you just going to like hide in a corner?
I'm gonna I'm gonna enter the shop and take cover somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
A little
Because
genius.
I don't want to be.
I'm gonna go. Can I help you
I don't
with
want to
something?
be reported yet.
Yeah, I think one thing you would notice is that some of the little sparks, like the little embers coming from the like the kiln, sort of like graze against her skin, but like don't burn her at all. So she's like sitting near a forge, and like these like
Once
He's
she's
like-
in and sitting down, I'm gonna go like, "Can I help you with something? Do you need something forged?"
yeah,
Completely non-pulsed by the fact that she is
Yeah.
completely different. Just like,
yeah. But these
can you
burning embers are sort of like
I
hitting
need
against
a
her skin.
Can you forge me a new body?
place to lie low and hide.
sorry, everyone was talking once. I couldn't hear what anyone was saying.
I need a place to lie low and hide.
From what?
The church.
Shrugs her shoulders. Like, I don't care, but if they come looking for you, I'm telling them where you are.
So
They're gonna eat me.
But they probably won't be back here for a few days, so you'll have. No, I'm kidding. Are you gonna? I don't think you'd say that. But you know they're probably not going to come back for like a week or so.
Yeah.
So you could theoretically, hold her here if you wanted, but you could maybe. I mean, because it's the idea that I'm almost wondering if you aren't going to flat out say no, right? Like you'd let her stay.
Be like, it's on your head, but if they come by asking about you, I'll tell them that you're here. I'm not risking my business for somebody I don't know.
Can you keep my existence a secret from them?
No.
Told you no.
Do you think it'd be reasonable? Actually, here be my question where I come in. Do you think it'd be reasonable for her to convince you to keep that secret, or is that not something that would be reasonable? Because I feel like she has really high persuasion, so I'm wondering if
the issue with that is it completely conflicts with two of my different beliefs.
right. So you would not do that. That makes sense. So yeah, it'd be almost impossible for you to convince her to give up that to keep that secret. So I don't think I'd let you even attempt that. So you'd have to try some other vectors.
6.
Well, it would be like easily, I'd say like what's your will?
Mine or hers?
For Ash. For Ash, yeah. What's your will at?
Will is 3.
So it'd be like 5, but that's still pretty high. If I were to, because I don't even think letting you roll here makes sense, because it wouldn't. But if you want, if Ash wanted to, I could roll 5, and then we could set a consequence for that.
I mean, it's up to
Yeah,
you,
I
but
don't
the
know.
thing is, like, she has two beliefs that are really
Yeah.
conflicting with that. One, she thinks her
So-
apprentices are spies for the church, so she's not going to say shit in front of them. And
Yeah,
two,
exactly.
she's going to stay neutral towards the church as much as possible.
Yeah, so
But
you
then
don't want
mold
to
their
house
game.
a. That makes so much sense. Yeah, but you could go against that and be like, hey, but
Yeah, because your
As long as-
beliefs
yeah.
and stuff you don't completely have to follow those. You can mold break,
yeah, you can actually
which
choose
you
to
get
go against
rewarded
it.
to.
I understand
that
that I
would
can
be-
choose to go
that-
against it, but
that
in
would
this
be-
case,
that'd be
she
very
has no
dangerous.
reason to go against it yet.
That'd be really dangerous if you did, because you'd be choosing sides, which is bad.
And again, she has no reason to at this point.
Mhm. So unless you can, so I would say to Aaron, so to counterpoint, unless you have some kind of leverage or something you can offer, then you have no. She's not going to keep your secret. So do you want to try to give some kind of if that's your intent, like your intent is like keep me here and hide me from the church, then you would need to provide some sort of benefit, to Ash.
Well, my body is warm.
Oh God!
I could theoretically.
What?
My body is warm and I technically don't burn.
Congratulations!
You don't burn. It's not tech. You just don't. You could literally. They could throw you in.
No, it's like you could be like us. I can handle your molten hot swords and hold them still for you.
I can handle your molten hot swords and hold them without burning.
Do you really want me smashing my hammer down around your hands?
That would hurt a lot.
Anything to keep a secret, right?
She's a
I have a
priestess.
forge already.
I'm still
She's a
laughing
priestess.
because the
She's-
molten hot sword thing.
It sounds like a come on.
I know, and I didn't mean for it to sound like that.
Oh my god.
No, what's worse is he's like, you can hold on to my molten hot sword, but do you really want me hammering around you? I didn't mean for the innuendos
Okay,
to happen.
Just
Nothing
get it
but
all out now.
innuendos.
Oh god. I think
Here, I'll go in. No.
The funniest part is wait.
No.
The funniest
What
part
really
is
killed me, I'm sorry, I have to get this out. What really killed me was when she said, anything for keeping a secret.
oh
the worst part is it's two girls talking to each other.
no. I've
I
seen
know.
this movie
Oh.
before. I have seen this film before.
Oh, like Japanese animes.
Oh,
Oh,
At
God.
least
it's-
three
Carl in the
romance
background
novels
is just
start
turning
out
into
this
Mario.
way.
It's Sword Art Online Lisbeth all over again.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Well,
Every incest.
I guess I made everybody
so,
laugh here.
So that
so
offer,
hooray.
that offer is not legitimate. You're gonna need a different offer.
Gonna need it for the boat.
mostly because I already have a forge.
I mean, you are a priestess. That is something that you still have, a thing. You still,
Oh God.
they named you as like a priestess.
Would you believe me if I told you that not only am I a priestess of the Lightbringer, but I was also created by the Lightbringer?
She's gonna tilt her head to the side and go, "If so, why is the church chasing you?"
Probably because of their
Because-
doctrines.
Because they found out what my species was, even though I kept quiet about it for so long.
You would think that if you were made by the creator and confirmed as a priestess, they wouldn't be chasing you. So why are you running from them?
Because I was originally in human form, and my human form kind of got dissolved.
Yeah. It'll kind of come back over time. Like probably by the time that they start coming back to look for you, it'll probably
Right.
just sort of form back around you. But
So I need time to recreate my human form.
Well, like I said, you can stay here, but if the church comes looking, I'm going to tell them that you're here. I'm
And
not
then
going to
you
hide
go,
what's
it's
happening
you.
in my shop
And
from
then-
the
and then-
church.
It won't even take me a full week to complete the reconstitution.
I love that you're like, wait, I'll stay here for a week, and you didn't even agree to this. Like
No,
how
it
long
won't
is-
even take me a week. It'll only take me
Right.
like less than a day.
Right, it'll only take you a little bit, like maybe a few hours or so.
Again, I don't care if you stay here, but if the church comes looking for you, I'm going to tell them you're here.
Yeah.
You pretty
Well,
much gotten the the
You
best
can
deal you
tell
can
them I'm
right now.
here, but you can not tell them what I am, right?
Don't like you understand.
I think at this point your apprentices have again stopped working and are staring at both of you.
Get back to work, you
I'm going to
fuck!
yell at them to get back to work, and I'm going to go, look, lady, this is a blacksmith's forge. There's not a lot of places to hide here in the first place. Secondly,
It feels
if
like,
there's a strange person...
feels like you could hide in the oven here if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm literally laughing because I'm imagining you're like, I can hide in the furnace.
Yeah, I can hide in the furnace if you need me to.
I don't care. You can get in if you want. I don't mind. Just don't get in
You
my
do
way.
whatever you do, but if they come by asking where this weird whatever you are came, I'm telling them it's in the furnace.
Yeah, Phil's like
Climb into the furnace. Do it. Do it now. Climb into the furnace.
Phil's just like, yeah, come on in.
Show them that you can actually do it.
Yes, I will climb into the furnace to prove I don't burn.
Okay, yeah, you don't burn. It's fine. You're
You're not the
And
witch
I'll-
from
yeah, I'll
literally-
sleep
Griddle
you're
and
literally
Hansel
like-
and Gretel.
in the furnace for an hour or few while my body reforms.
okay. So it's like it's like this cocoon of heat just forms around you, and your body
You're
starts. like-
legitimately like the little flame guy from Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, except it's a girl. Yes, that's totally what I'm imagining. Actually,
That's a great analogy. Hey.
except I mean, she's not
She's
like
gonna
a
look
flame-
over at her apprentices and shrug her shoulders and get back to work.
And she's just like eating the smoldering like flames for
Yeah.
herself. Just,
Nom.
ow,
Nom, nom.
ow.
Hey, don't eat those.
You're gonna look at Phil and Rebecca and go,
Yeah.
I think we're not going to be using the forge for a bit. Good thing we're making that cold iron sword for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look at each other.
It's everything's
Yeah.
coming around full circle.
And by the way, you hear that they're making this cold iron sword. Are you gonna have any? I mean, that's not necessarily. That's like kind of bad for all mythical things. So you're kind of wondering like about that. I don't even think that's like that'd be common. You know, bad, not good. No good for spirit, bad for you,
Bad for witch, bad for spirit.
and for anyone,
Bad for witch, bad for soul.
and for soul. Sword cut bad things. You are bad thing, not good.
I apologize for Horatio's sword. I can't do anything
So-
about it.
Are you going to have any kind of reaction to that, or are we just going to move on?
Don't lose your way.
Or are you just going to kind of keep it to yourself?
Don't lose your way.
Okay,
All right.
Umbri remains silent. Therefore, I will move on. So, meanwhile, back at the other place. So you're now in the room with the witch and Horatio. I don't know. But you're
Umbri,
in
you
this room.
Here?
Oh, okay. Did you want to say anything, or are you just gonna remain silent?
I'm gonna remain silent for now. I'm currently inside the furnace reforming.
Okay. So Melanie, you're in the interrogation room with your old childhood friend, and Horatio has basically pulled the bag off her head and started to like kind of give her a glare, and she just kind of meekly just sort of looks away from him. She's like, look at me, damn it. Like, and she's just like,
and so
she's like
she
not-
she decides to wander over at this point,
yeah.
and she
Who
basically
the hell are
asks,
you? What are you doing in here?
Ah, Captain LaMarche, how do you do?
God damn it.
and she's like
What do
she's
you
cut
have to
off
do with
by
this?
her captain.
Yeah. Now I think he turns away from the witch and now looks at you, Avery, and he's like, what do you have to do with this?
Oh, I got brought out of the forest to handle this case. How you doing, big bro? How goes life in the army?
They said this was my job, not your job. Get
Wait
out.
a moment.
Well, I
So
mean,
wait, hold on 1 second. So let's see here. I don't see you very often. So you're the captain of the barracks, right?
And you notice that and so a lot of this is happening at once, but you notice that Elsa sort of has her eyes on you.
On me or on
Right. Like they are sort of like, yeah, she has her eyes on you like while you're talking to him.
Yeah. But she notices that, but she doesn't speak about it outright. So she's basically asking the admiral dude, whatever, the captain. She's basically
the captain, yeah. He's
yeah.
the captain.
So he's asking basically. So you're the captain of the barracks section then.
Well, I am a captain, yes.
Ah,
There are 3 captains, so he'd be one of the captains, but he's one of the 3.
Let me introduce myself a little more formally then. I apologize. Eloise Donbird.
I don't care who you are. Get out of here.
I don't think so, Horatio. And Avery kind of takes a very, he puts his hands behind his back and he does like a little march over in front of Eloise.
So meanwhile, I'm gonna see if he knows who you are, Eloise.
Yes,
I'm gonna just roll for that real quick.
Assuming he has fucking knowledge-wise on this shit.
I wouldn't count on it.
Knows.
Well, I already have a reputation as a fucking drunk.
Yeah, he does get a bonus for that, I'm thinking. Let's see. I mean, you might have drank with him a few times.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
But yeah,
he seems like he'd drink.
So yeah, I give him like a roll here. Let's see how much he knows about you. Like it's more like how much he knows about you. More than anything. But he only, just so you're aware, he only has like 3 dice for this, which is hilarious. So if he gets no successes, then he just doesn't care who you are and like will tell you to leave. And he might even force you out, but if he recognizes you, he might like have a more companionative sort of respect for you.
Am I able to help him with this role?
You can actually, so you could like jog his memory. You're like, remember
the time where we drank inside the tent?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you an extra modifier for that. But Avery can't help here because he is not able to help.
I'm not privy to these things.
But keep in mind that
the fact of the matter is you're not privy to knowing who I am in the first place, nor my interactions with your brother.
But if this fails, since you're helping him, if it fails, that means you have to leave the room, at least for now, until they can get Horatio like to agree to let you back in.
That's fine. All right, so he passes.
Yeah, easily. So he's like, Eloise, can't believe I forgot about you. You're one of the best drinkers.
It's fine. Oh my God, you should have seen the guy the other day in the tavern.
Who?
Drunk him right under the table. She's like, give me a moment. Hold on, it's coming back.
I have to eat. I'll be right back.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
So she's like, hold on, it's coming back to me. Sorry, I'm actually trying to find it on the page.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh yeah, it's Edmund Lightsworn. That's the guy.
Edmund, yeah, he's a real hard ass. How'd you get him to drink?
Well, you know everybody. They come around to me eventually. Come on, it's alcohol and me paying.
He sort of chuckled. He's like, yeah, haha. Well, I'm a little busy. I don't have time to go out right now. He's assuming like you're like, you're probably here to get me to go out to drink. I can't.
Yeah, she waits.
Working.
Like, no. I'm not here on that. I'm more here with this guy on occasion. I'm
What?
actually.
And he's like, I think he's like literally like, what?
And she explains the situation. She's like, yeah, it seems like I'm being transferred to a more different position into the intelligence side of things.
That's disappointing. Well,
I apologize.
it's
Oh, Avery, by the way, pulled up a chair and is sitting
Okay.
like slightly beside them, and he's kind of looking so amused.
I think she's like she shifts her Elsa. She kind of shifts her vision towards you now as you kind of sit down.
I give her a very sly smile. It's comforting.
And she's not really sure if that is a good smile or a bad smile, but
And
if
so
it's comforting. then
she actually wants to lie to the captain.
okay, sure.
She wants to basically say that the bishop asked her and the captain to get information out of her.
Oh, you mean you and Avery?
Yeah, me and Avery to get
Okay.
information out of.
So is Avery going to
Elsa. Yeah.
is Avery going to help you with this?
That's up to Avery.
Because that's very important.
I mean, that's
I
just another.
definitely will
This is
if I
just
can.
another. Yeah, this is just another way to get a fucking
Yeah,
smug shot at your
Do you
brother.
have falsehood?
I do not have falsehood. Let me see.
Do you have persuasion?
I have persuasion. I have etiquette. I have a lot of social skills. Do they have to be something that is? It's something called a fork. Does it have to be one of those skills?
It'd be something like all you have to do is explain to me how you're helping, and then that'll. Like,
Okay, so basically, when she starts telling this lie,
Yeah.
I'm basically gonna be, if not backing up the falsehood, but the how to put this in a persuasive manner. No, you know what? I have the bureaucracy skill.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just gonna back her up with bureaucracy. I'm gonna be like,
paperwork. You see, it's
Yeah.
right here. Like,
I pull out just. I'm just start pulling out paperwork and being like, as you can see, the bishop signed this, and this.
He doesn't have time to look at any of it.
And
Exactly,
You know
yeah.
your brother-
Does he
you know
even
your
have the
brother's not
reading
gonna read it.
skill?
That's
Does-
great.
Does he have the reading
I'll
skill?
check if he can read. I'm not sure if he can. Let me
Hold
look.
on. Let's
Because if he
double
read it,
check.
doesn't matter.
Let me check. If I don't
Nope.
think he can.
He can't. I
No,
don't.
he can't read.
Great.
Fucking Avery, knowing this so well,
Oh, by the way,
is
Nova, for keep in mind, he just made you laugh with an action.
Yeah, well, that's what's it? That's in character, but I guess it's still funny
Yeah,
because
he did it. No, but he did manage to make it in character. That was the point.
Okay, I'll just
so
give that to
Avery
you now,
being
then. I'll
as
give it to
sly,
you
and
now,
again he
Marvin.
looks over at Elsa, and he just reaches in with a little bit of a flourish as Eloise begins spinning this lie, and
Okay.
pulls out not anything of it, not
No.
Bartholomew signed this. It has Bartholomew's seal.
Yeah, but it's not
However,
actually like it's
it's-
something else.
It's the letter Bartholomew sent him to recall him to the church.
Right.
But it has
He
his
can't read-
signature.
He can't read it. He's like,
And
well.
I do- And
I
I
will
oh,
Be right
sorry.
back. I'm going to go grab a drink. So
All right,
No
no
problem.
All right.
I'll let you know when I'm
And,
back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let you know
Avery-
what happens.
Avery knows his brother, so he just kind of pulls it out.
Okay.
And if you even want me to, I can
What's your-
basically.
What's your bureaucracy rating?
It is at a 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's all.
and-
I just need to check. So you'll get a bonus die for that. That's you're solid there.
Okay.
So let
So
me.
how hard would this be exactly?
Your obstacle is. Let me check something real quick for falsehood because I think if he wants to believe you, because he's
Okay.
like we've established. I actually want to add him to your sheet real quick, assuming you
Feel
want.
free.
You want to
No,
have
no,
a
feel free. I
relationship with
want him to be a relationship.
Okay, that's what I was asking. So I'm gonna add that first,
Feel free.
real quick. And then I'll give you an extra, so you'll be at 5 with him once I
Okay.
get it up.
And the base obstacle for falsehood is always the will of the character
Mhm.
you are deceiving.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you the difficulty in this.
Yeah, but isn't it will have?
I'm considering about reducing it because he might want to like believe you because he likes
Yeah.
having you around and all.
Yeah,
all of
add
that.
an advantage die if the lie is believable.
Okay, so I'll just give you an extra die. So right now you have 2 extra dice.
So that means I have at like no. You said I already had 2 already. So that means that I have 3, which means I'm at 6 this right now.
Well, no, you have 2 extra dice from the help that you're. Well, you have 1 die from the help you're getting, and then 1 other die from from the bonus that I'm giving you because he wants to believe you.
Right. But didn't you say it was, what was it? Hold on. I'm getting 1 extra from him helping me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 1 extra from him, that he wants to believe me. And then the other one is that the lies.
No, that one isn't going to count because I realized it'd be the reverse.
Okay.
Am I able to help out with more than one skill?
And then, no, you can't.
Okay,
You can only, you're helping, that's what matters. So are you going to fork in persuasion here? Like, are you also trying to
Can I fork in inconspicuous?
No.
Okay.
But you could
then I will
persuasion.
Then I will fork in persuasion.
Yeah, because you're kind of also being friendly here. Like, that's the key thing. You know, because that's one of the reasons why you're getting the bonus.
And of course, I also have, this is good, too, because I also have, and just in case, I have silver-tongued and charismatic.
Well, only the silver tongue would apply here.
Yeah, silver tongue would apply, but I can use that.
use it.
Okay.
So what it's going to be is this isn't opposed, so all you need to do is get 4 successes, because the obstacle would be 4.
Okay, so at this point, so what happens with the silver tongue? Is that just if I fail?
That's if you fail, yeah.
Okay, so right now it's at let me try to actually roll this button. No, I'm trying to actually grab the button. There it goes. Okay, all right. So I have 3 extra dice, right? Or 2 extra dice.
You have 2 extra dice.
Okay,
you have 5 dice.
2 modifier.
And the 4.
And then I'm going to add a persona.
Okay.
So you can take that from my sheet right now if you want to do that real quick.
Gun.
All right, and then that's 1 Artha.
Uh-huh.
And so the base obstacle is, I guess I just set it at 1 in the moment, and I just have to get 4.
No, it's 4. No, you have to set it at 4. That's what
okay.
The obstacle.
All right. Then we'll do this then, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so that's 2. Is there any 6s? No.
So what you get to do is you have that trait.
Yes.
So what you get to do now is you get to, if you want to use it, you can only use it once per session. But since you can use it here, you get to re-roll all the dice that failed. So that would give you 4 re-rolls.
Okay, and then do I keep the successes?
Yes.
Okay.
So you just roll 4d6, and then we'll see how many you get from that. And then you also get the difficult test here.
All right.
So that's
1 success.
So the consequence here, I didn't actually state it, but I feel like what happens is he basically says to you, well, Bartholomew didn't tell me anyone was coming here, so maybe you can come and talk to me later, but right now I'm busy doing this, and I'm the only one who's supposed to be here right now. So you have to get going. I don't have time to fool around right now. Yeah, and he's like looking at Avery. He's like, I didn't get anything from what. Yeah, there's a signature on it. Okay, well, I didn't hear anything from him directly, so until then, I'll just tell him to tell me. Oh,
that also counts as a difficult test. I just realized.
Yeah. So he's like, he can't read it. So he's like,
I'll click that for you, I guess.
If he wants, tell him to tell me, and then we'll negotiate this. But right now, this is my job.
I hit the wrong button. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, Horatio. How about I'll go talk to Bartholomew. How about you hold off the interrogation just for right now until I can go talk to Bartholomew so we can sort this out. Because I don't want you messing up my key witness.
What do you think I'm gonna do, huh?
And he kind of looks at Horatio real hard.
Yeah.
And he's got, I know what you're gonna do. Trust me.
Right,
I'm not new to this game. And I'll go talk to him. So just hold off for now. And he's all calming, and he takes his.
You're looking at Elsa when you're saying this, and she's just like, she kind of mouths to you like a thank you.
Just hold off for now. Put
like
the bag.
She's like mouthing a thank you to you, like under her breath, like.
And I'm willing to roll this if you want me to.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I am going to be using a combination of. I'm going to start with persuasion as my base.
Okay.
And then I want to forks into. And can I do more than one fork? How does forking?
So what exactly are you trying? What's your intent here?
My intent is to get him to not torture this woman for right now.
Yeah,
literally.
you don't need to roll for that. He would agree to that.
Okay, he would agree to that. And
Yeah.
he'll Avery will just take back his piece of paper, put it back into his jerkin, and go, "Thank you, older brother." He kind of taps him, and he gives him kind of like a little bit of a sly smell. Of course, his brother Horatio is like 2 feet taller than him.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's like he kind of reaches up on his tiptoes and pats him on the back real quick.
At this point, Melanie is not sure whether or not she wants to go, like, with the captain, or if she's like able to convince Horatio if she can stay.
No, you can't stay. That's you failed.
Okay.
So you are not allowed in that room unless Bartholomew expressly says so. That's the consequence here.
All right. Let's
So you have to actually
Bartholomew.
you have to actually like turn your lie into reality if you want it to actually work.
Yeah. All right. And at this point, can she, like, from this distance still kind of like whisper to Elsa, like,
No.
Okay, so she can't whisper something like real quick while
Yeah,
walking?
he's like telling you to leave, so you can't do that.
Could I?
This is why it's a consequence.
Yeah.
Like, no, you obviously don't get what you want. You can't stay in the room, so you don't get to whisper anything. You leave.
Yeah. So we get up, and I'm like, "Come on, Eloise," and I salute my brother with kind of just a nice old kind of lazy army salute because my guy
And
was
she
not
just
in the
grabs
military.
him and starts walking.
Okay. Hello. I did want to. So let's wrap. Yeah, wrap. So you're gonna go see Bartholomew, I guess.
Yes,
Unless you're
I
actually
am marching straight to Bartholomew.
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Jesus
Dear
Christ,
Jesus.
Carl.
I'm dying
Bartholomew dies. He's like, calm down. Okay, just chill. All right. So, Carl, please, no.
Plus.
Okay. So just as a quick little aside, to switch back to the blacksmith shop, actually, because now that I'm thinking about it, did you have a name in mind for your shop, or are we just gonna call it? Oh my God, that's so funny.
It's just Ashes.
Ash's Smithy. I mean, it's like, that's hilarious. It's like funny.
Like, I guess you could call it Ye Old Blacksmithy Shop, but no, we'll just call it Ashes Blacksmithy.
Ash's Smithy.
Or we can make it Ashen Smithy.
Whatever. Regardless, I did want to point out that that Erin has that bird with her still. So there's like a phoenix-colored sort of bird on her shoulder that kind of followed her in as well. I didn't mention that, but it doesn't really look like a dwarf either, so it doesn't really matter to you. Also, she does have like a medallion that's on her neck, but you would recognize it as like a church pendant, or a church medallion. So like what she says about being a priestess kind of checks out because she has like an official emblem of the church like on her body. But
yeah, look, I'm an independent person.
Yeah.
I know I could make one of those, so I know somebody else could too. So
Right.
I don't believe necessarily that
But you
necessarily
do-
means.
But the point I'm making is that you recognize that she's not carrying any dwarven artifacts, so she clearly isn't affiliated with anything like that.
Good.
But I just wanted to clarify because you do have an instinct. So I was like, well, she does have
Yeah.
stuff on her, but none of it is like dwarven, so you don't care.
Nothing is obviously or dwarven looking or remotely looking like dwarven stuff.
No. I just wanted to. So unless you wanted to, so up until this point, we're just going to have you be crafting, and so we don't necessarily need to continue with. I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
Unless there's anything you want to interject now, otherwise I'm going to go back to.
No, I'd say that she'd probably just continue crafting and not be too terribly. Well, she'd be probably a little worried about this person that climbed
A little
into her
worried,
door.
but it's not like a major. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll for Bartholomew because I was going to check if he was in shock from Aaron. Because if he's in shock, you're going to be able to get a lot more out of him than if he isn't. So we'll see. He has a pretty high steal of G3, and he's in the church, and he got Aaron out, so I'm gonna give him like an extra die. But other than that, I don't think that he's going to be very happy right now. Because he would need to use a fate point for this, and he does have them because he got them from last session. But he literally would need a fate point and a 6 to be able to even calm down. So he's going to be a little bit in shock, at least for the first few moments when you come in. I don't think he'd use a persona on this. And it is open-ended, so he does have that option. Hesitation 5. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see. Does he have 6?
Yes, A6.
3 to 5.
He has A6. Well, I will. No, I think I'll keep it this way. So he won't re-roll that. He does get a challenging steel test, though. I will mark that. It's good for him.
So he fails, or?
No, he fails, yeah. So essentially, when you
Okay.
come into the room, he's like on the floor, like, you can't see. Okay, I have to show you like what I'm doing because it's
Oh,
hilarious.
no.
He's just like on the floor. He's like, oh, what have I done? No, this is like he's on the floor, like screaming at the stained glass in the church. He's like, what have I done? What is this?
What did you do?
She was a demon this whole time. Right underneath my eyes.
Demon.
How could I have? He's not like talking directly to you. He's like, here's your voice.
Yeah, but
and he's, like,
she's still picking up on it. Yeah, she's
As a third party, do I pick up on what he's talking about?
Yeah, you do. You're
Like even I know it's like
he's like freaking out. He's like, and he's like evangelizing. He's like, no, this cannot be, Aaron, my sweet. You cannot be a demon. It is impossible. I do not want to believe it, but it must be. You have been rejected by the Lightbringer.
And seeing as you adopted her, that makes you very complicit in the fact that she's a demon.
No, I did not mean to disappoint you. Please.
Bartholomew, look, I'm pretty sure I can. And he kind of goes over and he kind of waves Eloise over.
Oh, he didn't even know that you were there. He's like thinking that this voice is like speaking to him, and then he's like,
I get it.
And he's like shaking. He's like, "What do you want?"
I want to interrogate what my my subordinate brought in earlier.
Go, leave me alone. I do not want to deal with you.
I don't care if you want to deal with me or not. You're gonna do this thing, or I'm not leaving.
He's like, he stops for a moment. He's like,
didn't he just say yes?
Yeah, he's like
yeah, but he has to make a presence there.
Yes, he has to like make a. It's like, fine. You want to speak to this person? Well,
He wants to get information out of her for you.
She said that this was an idea, and even if she is against the church, she was still loyal to us for a long time. I trust her judgment. We must find the location of this sunlight at any cost. Do you think you will be able to get information out of her that Horatio cannot? I trust
I believe me and my captain can, yes.
I believe we can if it's done my way. Let's be honest, the Dawn Seeker's way of doing things is rather crude.
I think
us Candle Keepers have better methods.
Are you questioning my judgment? I have appointed him personally.
Yes, I'm questioning your judgment and putting Horatio in charge. The dude's a field captain. You don't put him in charge of the prisoners. He's going to kill the poor person before she even has a chance to tell us where the sunlight is.
With all due respect, sir.
Yeah, you're going to speak now?
Yeah, it's like, if I may.
Yeah. Are you? So you know what? You know what I want? Okay, because honestly, do you have etiquette? I'm not sure if you have etiquette.
I do. I have foreign etiquette. Actually,
I'm talking to.
Sorry.
I'm talking to Silver's character. Do you have etiquette?
Let me see real quick.
Let
me check my page, or if I have something in part of it.
Yeah.
Let's see, hold on. I have to actually pull up the page again. 1 second. Character sheet. Blah, what do I have? Obscure history, inconspicuous.
Yeah, I remember you didn't have etiquette. That was the big problem.
Falsehood, demonology, brawling, sword, right, persuasion.
Etiquette. Let me see what you actually say. Okay, you have 4 dice. That's not bad. Okay, you know what? Let me look at this real quick. I'm gonna give you a difficulty because speaking to him in in this way, he is very not. Well, I will give you a bonus because he is not in the right mind.
Okay.
So you will get 2 dice. Will perception. Okay. Okay, so you still have 4 dice, and then the obstacle proper etiquette for an Avarian lord, for a ducal lord. Okay, so yeah, it'll be base obstacle 2. It'll double to. It'll be base obstacle 1. It'll double to 2.
Okay.
So you have 4 dice against 2, and he can't help. Well, he can help actually. So will you take his help?
Yes. If he's willing to give it.
I also forgot to mention that Avery, you also get a test for bureaucracy. Do you have that listed on here? No. So let's see what your bureaucracy is real quick.
It is 2.
2?
Though I was trying to take a less bureaucratic approach and more of a personable approach.
Yeah, sure,
this
but
case-
you still use that. No, I mean this is for the other because I forgot to mark that on your
Am
sheet.
I able to
Oh.
fork things in or no?
No, you cannot fork with this,
Okay.
but you can get help from him, so you'll get 3 extra dice.
Okay. So that's at 7 then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the
Can I
XP
use
is 2.
a persona just in case?
I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. Just give me a second here. I need to mark his test for bureaucracy.
Okay.
Bureaucracy. Hey, if you want to waste your persona, I'm not going to stop you.
I marked it down. So now I'll have 8.
Okay. Well, you have to mark it on your. Do you want to take it for will or perception?
How does this work?
You.
I thought I just roll etiquette by itself, or
No,
is it?
Well, it's actually a will perception test. So you choose whether you want the persona to count for will or perception.
What? I'm so how?
Because
I've never done this before. What's going on?
Because as you spend these, I mark them where you spend them. Because after you spend a certain amount of them, you actually get a benefit. So.
Oh, okay. Then I'll use it on perception.
Okay, because you already have a persona marked there, so that's fine. I'll get another one there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already marked off my persona down to 2.
Okay. So then all you have to do is go to where it says being learned and click etiquette. And
Okay. And then so my modifiers are 3, and then I have 1 Artha.
Mm-hmm. And then your base
the
obstacle is 1.
It's 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
4 to 2.
4 to 2. Okay. So yeah, you actually address him like correctly. You're like, oh yes, sure, Sir Bishop, Father, Sir, whatever.
Your Eminence, Bishop.
It's like with all due respect, sir. It's like I've had personal time, under her, Horatio's leadership. He does not strike me as the kind of person who would go about this, at least in a way that we could get the most information out of her.
And the reason why I like this is etiquette is because you're saying this in the nicest way possible. So as you're not like, Horatio, you could say Horatio's an idiot, but you're like, no, you see, I've spent time under his leadership. He's not the best person for this. You're speaking in the most appropriate way for this kind of conversation.
And I'm bad copping enough. I'm like, fucking Horatio's a moron.
I'm seeming like the voice of reason in this case.
And you're just backing her up from behind, being like, no, Horatio doesn't know what he's doing.
Horatio's dumb. I know him. He's my brother.
And he's like, well, I see. If you think that would be best, then here. And he writes up a quick a thing. It's like
wait, and then she looks over at the captain. She's like, can he even read?
Oh, Horatio hasn't been able to read. Since he had the accident with his eye.
That's right.
That kind of messed him up.
I will tell him. Please make your way. I will let him know.
Should we send him to you, or how does this go about?
If you wish, that would be yes. He's not thinking straight, so he's like, yes, that would work. Mm-hmm.
And so she kind of nods her head. She's like, thank you again.
Okay. So basically, you pull the switcheroo where you send Horatio out of the room to go talk to the.
We tell him
you
that
close the door.
Wants to talk to him.
And he leaves. He goes,
so
now you're alone.
She basically locks the door at this point.
Yeah. You're alone with Avery, and Elsa, and she's like looking at both of you, but she doesn't say anything. She's like,
she like raises a hand to her like captain. She's like, "Stay by the door for a second, please."
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. So she moves over to Elsa and she goes like, "Verite."
yes, and she like gives you the response.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Oblette, yes. Now, who are you? You look kind of familiar.
and then she like leans in and whispers, "Melanie Merle."
She like laughs at Melanie. Wow, really?
She's like puts her hand on her mouth before she says the name, and she kind of like her eyes narrow, like she gets the point at this point.
Yeah.
And she's like she explains it. She explains it's like you will address me as Eloise.
Yes, ma'am. She's like winking at you. Yes, ma'am.
God, you're terrible at acting, just like you were when we were kids. And so she basically like is she bound? How is she bound? By rope?
Yeah, her hands are like her arms are tied, like her whole body is like tied back by this like rope.
So she's basically explaining, she's like, "I'm gonna try and get you out of here, but you have to not make a lot of noise."
She's nodding. She's like, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can be quiet. I can be quiet. The voices they aren't very quiet though. I can't promise anything about them.
Okay, so you're not very stable in the mind right now, I suppose.
Oh Jesus, she's crazy.
And she looks back at it. She looks back at him and she's like, "Well, all I can really say at this moment is that
I think the only thing
very
you
tense
remember,
situation.
like the only thing that you'd remember is that like when you were younger, you were working with like shaping shadows, and
Yes.
she was like learning to speak with them.
Yes.
So
Okay, so that's what it is.
You both had different things. So she like literally can speak to shadows and like do all this really weird like oracle stuff, and that's like you're pretty sure that maybe that didn't work out like for her very well based on what you're seeing right now.
All right, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Can mask be used on other people?
I think you'd have enough time to do that, but then you'd have to deal with Avery like being able to see this because he might just freak out and like.
You can actually see Avery kind of has his own like kind of expression. He wants to talk to this woman, but he's kind of letting you have your moment. But he's kind of giving you that look of I need to talk to her.
Yeah, you could use a mask, like, but it depends on like what mask you're trying to use here.
Out of character, I have a plan, Silver. If you want to let me enact it.
All right. Well, so what's your plan first? I mean, out of character, because you don't really need to hide it.
My plan out of character.
You don't need to hide it. Like we legitimately tell people.
I know. So my actual plan out of character is to take her to Avery's cabin, which is near the Verite, which...
the cabin in the woods that you have.
Yeah, my cabin in the woods.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's near Verite then.
Yeah.
It is.
All right.
It's within a day's march.
Yeah, you could probably manage to do it under the assumption that you'll be interrogating her there.
We're moving her to this random cabin in the woods to be interrogated further. Horatio probably would question that. So
Avery's gonna walk over to her and kind of look at Eloise, and he's kind of gonna get on one knee and kind of look at her and goes, "Has anyone hurt you? Are you fine? Are you okay?"
Well, they kind of pushed me in here, but other than that, I'm and she just stops like making coherent words.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take that as you're all right for right now. Or that, or she's a
she didn't used to do that. No, she did not used to do that. This is
I know, but I'm saying that that's what Eloise is saying, picked up from what she's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an assumption, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Eloise, here's how this is gonna happen. We're gonna take her. I have a place in the woods where I used to stay.
Right.
We can just take her out there. And we'll talk to her there. But she's not safe in here. That's
obvious.
It's going to be a miracle if one of the guards don't stab her in the back.
So you want to use the mask. What's going on with that? What's your plan? Because if you're gonna do that anyway, like
I'm assuming that I could probably manage to change her into one of the faces of the other members of the guard.
Yeah.
Not the ones that are inside the actual place, but like for that she knows that's in the barracks.
Okay. Give me a minute because I would need to look that up.
Please do.
I'm looking it up now, but the obstacle will be fairly high for that. I can tell you what it is if you still want it, because you're still going to do it either way. And if you fail, then it's going to cause something to happen. But you have to make it, because that's what you're going to do.
Well, I want to know the obstacle is that if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can choose not. That would be pretty. I'm looking up the book for that. Duh.
Yeah.
I have it right here. I was like looking for it, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't have a PDF of this. I have it.
I might offer another suggestion that might be maybe a lower obstacle, Silver. You kind of do have a person in front of you that is willing to cooperate, and you already have the outfit on him.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. I'm just checking the obstacle at the first point. The situation here, though, is that you have to realize that they're going to look at her.
Normally you cast this on yourself, but I'm checking the obstacle to see how you would alter it to cast it on someone else.
Yeah.
Just because you can do that. Because we're using that type of magic, so I'd allow that. I would just need to look up how the obstacle would change based on, like, I think it only is level +1, but I'm checking to make sure.
Yeah, I just had to ask that because it was important to me.
Yeah.
And Avery's totally mother-heading this witch, by the way. He's kind of like looking her over, trying to make sure she's not messed up too bad.
You're technically not the only one.
Sorry, Umbri, were you saying something?
If it's general things like hair and eye color, it'd be Ob 1. Ob 2 for minor facial changes on top of that.
Yeah, well, that's not what it says here, so no.
Depends on how much you're changing.
I mean, she's trying to change her entire face.
Yeah, you have to go by the book and what it says in this case. So I'm just waiting for.
It would be So Ob 4.
Okay, so that would be the.
It'd be Ob 4 at a base, but then the higher you get, the higher the obstacle is to see through the illusion. So it's 4 base, and then the higher, the more.
And then I already have a sorcery of 4.
Mm-hmm. But it's open-ended, so you do get to reroll.
So it is open-ended? Okay. So you don't have to expend
But
you do.
But the idea, well, no, you can spend fate to sort of do that. But the idea is, the consequence is going to be that if you're not really going to screw up her face, but it might cause some kind of reaction that people would probably notice outside.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll still risk it.
The shadows would leak out of the door, and they'd see them, and they'd be like, "What's going on?"
I'll still risk it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and they're
at
going to come in.
Yeah. So at this point, it's going to be. I'm going to use both of my persona on this too.
Okay.
So I'll be reduced to 0, but it'll be at least at a 6. And I don't know if he's able to help me on this, but I don't think so.
I have Witch Wise, but I don't think that helps.
He cannot help you.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have magic.
No, she could help you because she is a witch.
All right, can she help me? Does she want to help me?
Of course she wants to help you. She's like,
yeah, okay.
You tell her what you're doing, and she's like, yeah, well, I didn't study that, but I could still do it.
I know there's magic going on as Avery?
No, you do not know what they're doing. They're just starting to do this ritual stuff, and you're just like,
even with my Witch Wise?
Do either of them have astrology?
She has astrology. I don't know if you want her to use it. That's up to you.
What does that do?
Astrology, you can use it with anything, and it'll give her an extra die. But if it gets a 1, then it ends backwards, so it'll hurt you.
But if you get a 6, it ends forwards.
But she can actually use sorcery, so she is going to do that at a base.
Then I'll let her use astrology too.
Okay. So let me roll that. Well, actually, so right now you have your 4 dice. You're getting another one from her.
Yeah.
And then because it's a ritual, you effectively.
I'm getting a 1 from her, so that's 5, and then I'm intending to use my persona, which will bring it to 7.
And then
But
you have to take your time with this, so it's an extra die. But
so
because
that's
you're taking
8.
your time, that means that they're definitely going to be able to bring people in once I
fail. Finish, yeah. If I fail.
Once if you fail, the bishop is going to come in the room, Horatio is going to come in the room, and you're going to be surrounded, and that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But if you manage to succeed, your intent will be basically, because I'm going to kind of extend this out, because we are doing this kind of time skip thing. So to speed this along, essentially, if you succeed on this roll, I actually will have them make a roll to see if they can see through it. But if you succeed at that, you'll be able to get her out of here and to the cabin, and you can hold her there for like the next few days.
Okay, good. Then so far I have 8 total at this point. Then.
Now, do you want to make any link tests?
What do you mean?
Do you want to make any linked tests to add more dice?
Okay, so I'm trying to think what I can use here then.
Any other skills you wanna try to use alongside this?
I don't know if inconspicuous or obscure history can help me here, because
inconspicuous can help you cast this carefully. So
then I'll use inconspicuous then.
So that would be a link test. So you'd roll that.
So do I roll that right now?
I'll tell you what the obstacle is real quick, because the obstacle would be against Bartholomew if he has observation, because I think he does. The obstacle for this would be he doesn't have observation. Okay. So the obstacle would be, let me give you a different obstacle. Obstacle 2 for this.
All right. So
if you fail, that just means
I just roll it flat out, right?
Yeah. If you fail, this just it doesn't increase the obstacle of the spell, but it just means that when you're trying to get her to not be noticed, it'll be more difficult.
Okay, so base obstacle 2?
Yeah.
And am I able to use fate on this or no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I succeed.
So that gives you another extra die, so I think
I'm
you're up
at
to 9. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she
basically the way this works is you're casting this very silently and carefully,
and so she can use
shaping her face.
She can roll astrology, right?
Yeah, I'll roll that right now. Hopefully it's neutral. Okay, that's a
4.
success.
Okay.
So she says, "Yes, I have seen."
So that means
the stars
10.
are in our favor. We may no. This is not. You just get an extra success.
Oh, okay. So that means I have 9 with 1 success then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then that means I literally just have to get at least 3 more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So let me pull up the sorcery.
And then let me add the persona that you spent also to your sheet.
Yeah, go ahead and tick that down for me real quick. So that means I'm at... All right, so that means... I'm trying to think because I have to calculate this to 9. So that's a modifier of 3. And then the persona is 2.
Your sorcerer... Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the base obstacle is 4. Or would it be 3 now, though, technically?
No, it is
base obstacle.
Yeah, it's base obstacle 3. You're right, because you already got 1.
Because we already got 1 success. Okay.
Oh, actually, it would be 4 because for the difficulty for advancement, you need to know.
Actually. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to tick that down for me, the persona, real quick?
Yeah, I did. You got it.
It says that it's still 2 on my sheet. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. No, I was doing the other thing where I just added to your stuff. Okay.
All right.
You're good.
All right. Do I have any 6s?
No, you don't.
Let's see.
But you have fate, so you can reroll one of the failed dice.
Yes. Then I'll use fate.
Okay.
Okay. So
to reroll one of the failures.
Okay. So I just roll 1d6.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4. So that's a success.
Go.
So I made it.
It's an obstacle 1 observation test that through the illusion. You managed to cloak her face in this shadowy darkness that sort of shapes into, and this takes you a few minutes, so it's not like it's not like a short process, but like you slowly mold her face into a man's face that you've seen before. And this takes you, and she's like chanting along with you, and the shadows in the room are moving around you and like moves around her face. It's very like strange and gothic and powerful, like this power emanates out from you.
Do I now notice this?
Yeah, now you have to make a steel test.
Okay.
Because,
I've seen magic before, though. I will argue that.
Okay.
I have lived with witches. It's
okay.
you see some magic.
So I'll make the obstacle. What's your hesitation?
5.
So obstacle 6 for you.
All right.
For your steel.
Mind you, you can use Persona or Fate or whatever, I think.
Yeah, he can use fate afterwards. That's definitely something.
I don't know what any of that is.
Well,
in this game.
In this case, because you have open-ended for steel, you can use the fate to re-roll one of your failed dice.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Persona, you can use it to add extra dice to this.
Alrighty. Where can I find my Persona?
What you want to go to is you want to go
Good
to
job,
where it's
Silver, by the way.
stats
That was really lucky.
Thank you.
Okay,
Hey,
I have
I
a
took
Persona.
the risk, man.
Yeah, that was a big risk.
Okay,
And it might not even pay off because they might see him outside and be like, what's going on?
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
wanna
to be
see
fair,
that.
Bartholomew doesn't
Because-
have observation, so.
No, they don't. So this would be challenging for them as well, but they still get a chance to see this.
Yes.
Alright, so let's see. Steel. So
Yeah.
do I put it under modifiers or Artha for using a Persona point?
You would put
Wait
it under
a
Artha.
second. I also locked the door.
Yes, you did, but you're going to be trying to get her out, right?
Yeah, but is it a one-way out or is it more than that?
No, there's a one-way out. It's like a closed
Okay, so
room.
it's a one-way out. Then yeah, okay. So they can't come in immediately, but yeah,
So
I can
you'd
try
mark-
and get them out.
You'd mark it as Artha, yeah.
Okay. That's a 1. Base obstacle is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
this
that
just-
you can...
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, that's a
That's a
difficulty
difficult-
skill test.
That's a difficult
Do I check off one of these dots things?
I'll do it for you. Hold on.
Okay.
That's a good. Everyone's rolling great today. This is actually really good. Everyone is doing awesome. I'm sad. I wanted
Jeez,
to
look at
scream.
that though. It's like, look, it's 1 6 5 5 5 5 3 6 1 2. You
So
got
you're just
4
like-
5s in a row.
So you're literally just like, magic, no big deal.
I look at it like no BFD, dog. Let's get this.
And you're seeing these shadows like warp and twist on the floor and mold into her face and like twist her face into this other man's face.
You know what?
and
He
he's
doesn't look like it's no big deal. He looks
No.
mildly impressed. Mildly.
And it's like it is like this weird Game of Thrones style magic, so it's very like otherworldly and like impossible and awkward. But you see these shadowy tentacles like molding her face and like peel away and then like flatten out
There's a
back
whole
into the.
new- yeah. No,
and
no.
then
You know
flatten
what?
out back
You know
into
what it's like. You know what it's like. It's like fucking Vlad Magulis or whatever it is.
Yeah. And
It's
and
like legitimately the face takers.
and you see like the faceless men. You literally
That's
just
what I'm saying. Exactly.
You literally just stuck a face on her face. Yeah, there you go. So you do this, and you now have a man standing in the woman's kind of clothing,
Yeah.
and like looking around, like, okay, did it work? I can't tell.
Yes.
Yeah, seems like it works to me. Now we just gotta
Okay.
get you some clothes. Take those off. And I start taking off my jerkin.
Okay, so you change her into your clothes.
And I just simply I just give her my jerkin and my pants and my shoes, and I just keep my cloak.
Am I able to like take off like the headpiece, the face piece that I wear and put it on her? Because she's supposed to be like a one of the barracks.
Which face piece do you mean? Like the
Yeah, like
the
you remember
mask, right?
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. So you put the mask, right? Okay, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
And can I use my knife to tear off my Black Lion embroidery on my jerkin?
Yeah, sure.
I do that, so it's just a plain leather jerkin, and I look at her and go, all right, well, let's get moving. And I'm going to walk out and oh no, I go, Eloise, pass me that bottle real quick.
I guess I can't talk then. I mean, she has the woman's voice.
Yeah,
so
she's legitimately, she's like, you know how it works. Don't speak at all, no matter what the voice is saying. Silence.
Eloise, can you give me that bottle?
And yes, she like tosses him the bottle.
And he's gonna just pour some on him so it looks like he's been sweating.
Oh, like
and
I said I should leave, so I'm leaving.
He's nude basically, and he's gonna stumble out, and he's just gonna start stumbling down the hall.
Okay.
And,
Is he
out.
So he smells like liquor now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna think that he's drunk.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's gonna walk
so
towards
are you
guard.
you're gonna offer to be a distraction at this point then?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
All right.
Horatio and Bartholomew are talking outside, and he's like screaming at Horatio. He's like, "I told you they can come in. You let them do whatever they want." And then you see them like coming out with the. He's like, and Horatio's just like looking like, "Wait, where's the?" He's like confused, like he doesn't know.
And she's bringing like the soldier looking Elsa off her wall with the dudes basically keeping their attention, just smelling like a fucking drunk and everything.
Okay.
So she's making it towards the exit basically.
So I'm gonna roll for both of them to see if they notice anything.
But they have to take observation at a untrained situation.
And Horatio has.
And is the
one.
distraction? Does the distraction cost them a higher ob?
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna give it to him, like as a say yes kind of thing. Like I'm just gonna increase the obstacle because it's too funny.
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
So I'm giving you that.
Horatio, I fucked up. I fucked up real bad. I need your help, Horatio.
Oh God, that's gonna be like the funniest thing too. I drank too much, man.
I tried to seduce her over drinks to get information.
Oh God, Horatio,
Eloise tried to stop me, Horatio. I need your help.
Sorry. So now my computer is deciding to work with me.
You got 2 successes on an obstacle 3.
Yeah. So
yeah, but that obstacle 3 doubles up though to 6.
No. What I was rolling it including that. So I was
so he still fails regardless.
Yeah. My point was that he sort of has this moment where the distraction completely like works. So he's like, wait, what? And then you're like stumbling in front of him, and do you bump into him or something? Like,
I bump into him, and I kind of, you know the thing where magicians kind of like distract them with their hands. So essentially, Avery is talking with his hands a lot, and there's booze sloshing about, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, I don't drink much, but this shit's really good."
Even though he called it fucking swill earlier.
Okay, now Bartholomew has a chance here, and because I'm a jerk, he's going to use his 1 persona point now.
But at the same point in time, his ob is still technically because he's distracting both.
His ob is still 3, but he has I think 5 dice at this point.
So is that I thought he had it untrained and that.
Yeah, no.
I thought
it's ob 2. It's ob 2, and then
shouldn't it be ob 4 for him then?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, you're right. It would actually, that's how it works. You double it after the thing. So yes,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so ob 4, fine, but then he still has 5 dice, so he can still succeed. So
he could still succeed, but it's under the situation here.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to succeed here. I'm not gonna let you just walk off with.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, I'm not gonna let you cheat me out of this either.
No, you're right. You're correct. You're doing it right. So I will roll, and it'll be ob 4. Or it'll be ob. Wait, it would be.
Yeah, it'd be ob 4.
Ob 4.
Okay, so no modifiers because he doesn't really have any way to see through magic. He's using 1 Artha. Oh, I'm running Will. Why did I do that? No, that's not right. I rolled almost the wrong thing. Modifier 0. Artha 1. That's rock. Obstacle 4.
He fails.
I throw.
But he has a
I kinda-
6. He has a 6. He
He can
doesn't.
try and re-roll it.
Let's
but
let him
does he want
reroll.
to extend that effort?
Yes, he does. He
Okay.
wants. He's
Oh.
like he's the one paying attention here. Keep that. He's the one
Oh,
who's.
wait, isn't he
Alright,
still
fine.
stressed out though? Shouldn't his ops? still be-
Yeah, that is true.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
He is.
That's
He
right.
isn't in the right mind.
That was a +2 last time.
Yeah, but in that was for that scene.
Regardless, we still didn't slap him out of it. We only got him to agree.
No, but the whole point was that that was for that scene. This is a different scene.
I'm just trying to get more arguments. It's fine. I don't care. I'm enjoying myself.
I agree. I'm gonna see if this succeeds. How about that? I think he'd like. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah,
yes,
it does.
He's noticing something. So he notices something. I think he's the one who starts noticing that like Melanie and this man, and he can tell that it's not really like a man. So he's like stopping Melanie, and he's like confronting her. Like he doesn't like. He gets in your way. Like you and the bishop are now like. Thing. And he stops you, and he's like, "Who is this?"
And at the moment, I'm assuming. So she's probably at the moment. She's basically, she's gonna take a drink out of her like liquor at this point.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna try and use basically persuasion.
Uh-huh.
Actually, no, she's gonna use falsehood. She's gonna use falsehood,
So
and she's gonna lie to him, saying that during this whole excursion, all three of them got drunk. This person included.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And she wants to. Her captain basically said that they should leave. I'm trying to word it correctly out of this. That they should leave because they can't do anything while they're this pissed drunk, and they're not going to get anything out of this while they're this drunk, and that this guy shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
Uh-huh.
Because he basically walked in, meddled, and then also got drunk at the same time. So
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna buy that like at all. So he's just like stop. He's like you try to say something. He doesn't bother to like listen to your nonsense, and he doesn't want to hear it from you. You know, he's just frustrated, and he's like looking at you like.
I can still make the roll.
You didn't. No. He says like it's straight up like the idea that he's like, no, he's not going to listen to you even if you like. He's not going to let you go even if you succeeded. Like he
Right.
would just be like, no, listen, you didn't answer my question. Who is he? I didn't.
And
You don't recognize Steven? Really? Steven was at your wedding, man. No.
oh god,
I don't have
but
that good of a memory.
he's not actually.
He kind of looks. And it looks like a woman to me. I don't see what you're.
What are you talking about? Look at that manly chest.
I think even Horatio is like, what woman, where?
And she basically just speaks up. She's like,
And you realize that he can see through.
I know the person. I know the person's name, don't I?
I mean, yeah, it would probably be Steven, like really, but he's like you can tell like he's seen through this illusion, like he is somehow able to like pierce it with his superior like.
I thought it mainly is that he just knows something's off because he didn't
No,
get.
he
I
can
wouldn't say
see.
that he had gotten high enough to
He
actually
can-
see.
No, that's what it is. He can see through it if he that's what it means. He's seeing through what you've done. So
I thought he made the check earlier to see through the shadow.
No,
clone
that was
disguise.
that was like Horatio. Horatio failed. This
not
was,
not that one. I'm talking about the one before.
Which one? There was only.
The one right before. Oh no, the inconspicuous role. Never mind. Sorry.
That was to help you with to hide the magic that you were doing.
Yeah.
He can see. I mean, that doesn't. He can see that. Like he doesn't know. Like he never actually saw this witch in person, so he doesn't actually know who it is. But he's like looking at you. Like,
Okay, but he does see her as
yeah, and he's
girl.
like, "What's going on? Who's this woman? This isn't Steve." Like,
Yeah, right. Okay, so she basically waves her hand off, and
she's dressed in like he's just like very confused. Like, who's this woman?
yeah, and so like she kind of like waves her hand off and say, "All right, well, my captain is obviously drunk, trying to call this person Steve. I'm sorry.
Looks
Unfortunately,
like Steve to me.
You are drunk, and she's
Me and that man
back
shared a
in-
beautiful moment.
And Horatio's trying to like get over. Horatio's trying to like get over you, and he's trying to like push you out of the way at this point. You're like, what's going on? And you're like
Right.
holding him. You're like holding like I think, and then
I'm
Avery is,
holding
like,
on to him to keep me steady.
Yeah, you're like, and then he's like, and then you're like over here and Bartholomew's like staring you down.
So can I still use like falsehood as long as it's under the pretense that she's a woman?
No, because the whole point is he asked you like, who is this?
I
and,
throw my
and you
cloak
didn't-
on Bartholomew and I say, cheese it, and I run.
And you didn't. And okay, so you run. Okay, so you have
I
to run away from
specified,
them.
I throw my cloak on top of
So
Bartholomew.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm running.
Bartholomew is going to try to chase after you.
Okay, so he
Now,
chases
I
after him.
mean you, not Eloise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
So
And Avery's giggling the entire way, like a little schoolgirl.
what's your
Does he
speed?
does he flip off Horatio?
Yeah, he turns around real quick, throws up the double middle finger to kind of
Okay.
drag Horatio
So
in.
Horatio's probably gonna run
What's
after
your
him too.
What's your speed?
My speed is 5.
Okay, both of them are going to charge after you. Eloise, are you going to give chase?
I'm gonna try and like leave at this point.
Okay, let me look up the rules for this, because there are rules for this.
I am the best.
Just like it's
The most awesome.
You
stuff
are
ever.
ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
Actually, yeah,
I
Melanie,
hope you have persona.
what's your speed?
My speed. Let me check real quick. I know it's high. It's 3, so it's at
Okay.
least that.
So yours is okay. So yours is 3. So you're gonna be the one rolling because slowest and loudest.
Well,
So
I'm
the-
loudest.
No, I know that, but the point what I'm making is that the rule is that if it's like if you're all running, the slowest one is the one who rolls.
Well, I'm not trying to run. I'm just trying to I'm trying to like. walk
You're not.
around
Well,
here.
okay. So if he's running, you're just standing there and like waiting.
I'm
around.
trying. No, I'm trying to walk out of there. Is what I'm saying because
Yeah, you
he's
have to-
running away
Well,
from
they're
them.
they're gonna stop you. So if you don't run, you're gonna get caught.
So, but what I'm saying here is that he's running off into a completely different like
Also,
direction.
I did basically. I did throw my cloak on top of Bartholomew.
Okay.
Throw up the double middle finger. I am proactively trying to get caught and providing a distraction.
Okay, so none of you are. But the thing is, if she's also running, so they're gonna catch you. But if she doesn't get away, then that's gonna be bad for her. So I think it would be separate. I agree with that because there's a difference between you getting caught and her getting caught.
And that's
So
even if
whoever-
they notice her trying to leave. Like, they could be like, stay here, or one of them can stay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, my whole point of what I was trying to do was,
So Melanie, you're gonna roll. It'll be, let's see, advantages in the chase for each relevant advantage. What are your reflexes?
My reflexes. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at it. How do I tell that?
it's under your
Stats and skills.
It's right near underneath steel.
Right underneath steel. Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
it's underneath hesitation.
Oh, okay. B3. Sorry.
Okay,
I
so
didn't,
someone
I didn't
just rolled
see
their
it
dice.
correctly.
okay, so that's good. So that means they get an advantage. So what I want to do here is say they're gonna get like 6 dice in total, and you guys, I think, because it's gonna be all 3 of you. Well, it's gonna be separate. Yeah, it'd be separate in this case. Forks and chase. You guys want to use any forks here? It says you can use inconspicuous.
Yes. Then I'll use inconspicuous to fork in.
Can I use
Yeah, okay.
stealthy?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not really being stealthy.
No, you're not being.
No,
stealthy.
but it says you can use stealthy.
Okay, then yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see if I can distract them enough and then sneak
Mhm.
away.
You can do that. Yes, that's perfectly valuable,
Okay.
viable here. Anyone else want to use any wises or any like? I don't think anyone is wises that could help.
I have
Nah.
inconspicuous, and then I don't think brawling is gonna help me here.
No, it
Well,
wouldn't.
if you had streetwise, that could help.
It would,
I don't.
but you don't.
I don't. So it's only inconspicuous that I can use right now.
So essentially, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you guys roll separately. Except I'm gonna have you and Elsa roll together because I'm assuming you're taking her by the hand and just running.
Yes.
So that's going to be, you're going to get 4 dice plus the extra one, so 5. You have 5 dice.
Okay.
And then I have to check Bartholomew because he's going to be the main roller for this one. He has, I think he has Churchwise or something, so he can get a bonus here. He has Churchwise, so he is going to use that. He knows this place, so he gets a bonus there.
And he's trying to chase down the other one, right?
Yeah, so he has 7 dice right now. So I'm going to add his modifiers together, and then I'm going to roll, and that's going to set the difficulty for you guys.
Okay. Cheese it.
Is it Hafter?
No. So your obstacle to escape is, and I'm gonna be a jerk again.
Why?
Because he wants to catch the witch. That's why.
Makes sense in character.
It
Yeah,
does.
catch the witch. Burn the witch.
Well, he doesn't know it's a witch, but he knows that you're up to no good. God damn it. Roll.
Messing around in the wrong
No
neighborhood.
That's no good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's 7. Nope.
You guys are screwed. I get to roll one more, by the way, because it's open-ended.
Woo!
One of you's getting caught.
I'm totally fine with that.
So that's
8 successes.
7, 8. So 8. The obstacle is 8, but you guys do get speed tests for trying to run away. So the idea is that you're both going to roll against obstacle. Well, because he's chasing you, so it's you're going to roll against obstacle 8, Avery.
Okay.
And then Melanie is going to roll, but basically, you're both going to probably fail.
I'm fine with that.
But for Melanie, I would probably say your obstacle is about half because they're not focused on
So
getting.
it's 4.
They have to catch him, and then they have to catch you. So I'll change your obstacle to 4, but for him it's obstacle 8. But then after they catch him, they're gonna go after you, and then it's gonna be
Right.
that's how that's gonna go.
All right.
And this is open-ended, right?
No, it's not,
Okay.
unless you spend fate.
Yeah. That's what
But
I'm
you're
saying.
rolling speed basically, and your obstacle is 4. So
And
do you want to
I-
see if you get away first?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So
So
then
I have a modifier of 2 right now, so that's 5, and then I don't
Okay.
have any percent that I can use. So that's 0,
No. Okay.
and then the obstacle is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's
Right.
2. I have 2 sixes,
sixes.
so I'm gonna use fate.
Okay. Let me mark that off for you. Oh wait, no.
I've done 6 now, and then I'll go ahead and roll the 2d6.
Okay.
I love plans that fail. They're my
Hey,
favorite
this might
plans.
work.
All right, it's 3 to 4,
Oh damn.
Close.
and I don't know if I can actually re-roll failure. It doesn't make sense.
See, here's my question. Are you going to, because I think I'll give you this choice. You can let her go and get away, or you can both get captured. Think on that. Because if you let her go, they'll grab her, and then you can get out.
No, my belief's not gonna let me.
Yeah, exactly.
My
I figured.
it's my instinct anyway. So
Your
it's not like I
instinct.
could let her go.
So you can't. You like grab her hand, and then you don't let go, even if you want to. You're like, she's like, let me go, and you're like, I can't. And then you get dragged in, and Horatio and Bartholomew like both.
Well,
Like,
first
I
of
think
all,
what happens.
yeah, he gets it on.
Bartholomew shrugs his coat off and like grabs you and like throws you to the ground.
You can roll
and then
you
Horatio-
can re-roll your failures, by the way, Avery.
Oh, I
You
can?
have to spend a fate to do so,
Okay.
but they can keep
Yeah,
going
you
on
can
and
spend a
on.
fate. Yeah, so you can roll those if you'd like.
Nope. I
Okay,
failed.
no, there's nothing.
I'll remove that fate point.
Okay, but spending.
Wait,
them is
why'd
good.
you roll 3?
Because I
Yeah,
got
you
3
rolled
ones.
No,
you
you
rolled
rolled
the
sixes. That would have to be. You have to roll 2.
Oh. I thought you said I reroll my failures.
No, you have to roll 2d6.
Yeah, I'll let you re-roll that
Oh, okay.
because you roll 2d6.
Thought it meant my failures like my ones. I
Alright,
got a 3 out of 8. That's not enough.
Okay, that does not help you.
Nah.
You're very easily captured. Bartholomew like throws you over onto the ground, and then Horatio like tackles both of the girls from behind. And
Whoa,
then like
man, whoa. I
So
want to
you're-
act like a college bro that just got caught by the cops.
so you guys are all going to be detained for the next like 9 days.
Sounds good.
And you're all going to be interrogated now.
Sounds like a fun time.
I think that's how we're going to end the session. I think that's
Yeah, and I'm
fairly
gonna
solid.
step out of the furnace fully reformed and exit before the 9 days pass, or before the week or whatever passes.
Yeah. So I
don't
think
get caught by the church. But
yeah.
I'll probably hide somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds fine to me. Did you already mark the fate for speed? Could I see
Yes.
it here? Okay. I did not know you knew.
I
to
had
do
5
that.
before. I now have.
And then the other, because there's already a 1 here. I don't know if you did that.
Also, that was a difficult thing for me, so I need to mark
That's
that.
right.
Oh,
Okay,
do
let
I
me
mark
read.
challenging as well?
Yeah, let me mark your tests because you do get tests for that even if you
I already
fail.
put the
That's-
difficult on there for you.
Oh wow!
Okay.
I just need to do 3 difficult tests, and I'm at speed 6. Jesus,
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
speedy.
the one benefit of this is that yeah, there was no way you could have succeeded, but you trying to run away got you some points.
Oh, I don't mind. It progresses the story. I'm fine.
And
Like, I don't
yeah,
mind if my character fails.
I actually really like ending on that image of like Aaron descending out of the furnace, and that's where we sort of end it. So it's like yeah, as you're being captured, Aaron like walks out of the furnace, and Ash is just like, ugh, because now she looks like she has different hair and skin and all that. It
Ash
doesn't-
probably won't care, to be honest. She's just gonna
Yeah.
be like, all right,
Ugh.
whatever.
Magic, whatever.
Not a
It's not
dwarf.
dwarf.
Don't give a
I don't
fuck.
care what it is. Okay, so good job.
Woo!
Of course,
Yeah.
stepping out of the furnace in my new body, I'm gonna have
Damn
to
it.
ask
If only
Ash
I'd gotten
if I can
another-
borrow some clothes.
If only I got
Actually, you know
another
what?
6.
You're close.
Getting out of the furnace is probably gonna cause like sparks and things to go all over the place. So she's probably gonna yell at her,
Yeah.
be like, "Clean that up when you get out."
Oh, I will.
It's like getting out of the shower. Clean up after your mess. Jesus.
All right.
If only I gotten another
So-
5 or 6.
Yeah, you were so close to escaping. But I like giving you that option because I want to test you with that because it's always fun to do stuff like that. I think that's a way better consequence than just you get caught. No, you could actually escape if you wanted, but you have to give up something that you normally would never do.
I like being captured while nude. I'm pleased by my actions today.
Okay, so let's go through the Artha Awards. Let me go grab mine, and then we'll be done.
Is that Persona? Is that the same thing?
Yeah,
Something
Artha is
tonight.
Persona.
Okay.
It's Fate and Persona, but I think
How do you
both-
get deeds? I forget.
Deeds. The only way you're gonna get deeds in this campaign is if you actually like accomplish some like major thing, because you need to
Oh
do
man, I just forgot I could have just shivved Bartholomew, but I decided not to.
that. I mean, we can. You could still kill him like in the jail. Like it's not like.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't.
it's gonna be prison rules. It's gonna turn into prison rules.
Yeah. If prison rules, hey, the priest comes in, you just like, hey, buddy, we need to have a talk.
We need to have a good talk and then shank him in the throat. Give me those keys.
All right, let me look because I should.
Nah, I like Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
I'm not gonna
I will-
kill Bartholomew. I like him, and it's someone else. Someone
Sorry, I
else
just
paid
love
for it.
this sound clip of like, I love Bartholomew, and then poof, he like tackles you. Sorry, I just love combining that image with that.
Avery
sound.
had-
God, I
Avery
love
started to
retro
remember
ravaging.
his time as a student, and it reminded him of the fun he used to have.
All right, I'm flipping through here.
It's like, God, I love anal wreckaging.
Man, I haven't been arrested since I was in college. This is great. Hey guys, I
All right.
accept this.
So let's go with Avery first.
Oh no, I feel bad now.
'Cause it's in alphabetical order on mine. So it's well, I don't know why then it's Avery, Ash, and then that one. Never mind. Well, it's weird. I don't know why it's organized like that on my end, but it is. So let's see. I want to build a reputation as well. Actually, yeah, about that.
Oh goodness gracious! Oh no!
That's see, you didn't actually build any more further reporting, so that is going to be challenged next session because I feel like they might strip you of a lot of your rank.
That's to be fair, he was kind of brought on as secret anyway. His rank was all pomp and circumstance anyhow.
Stop flipping around because it messes
Oh, sorry,
up.
I didn't realize that was you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was just looking at it myself.
The church needs to compromise. I will prevent you from killing the witch. Well, okay, because you have not helped in that. So
I tried.
I will give you a fate point because you did actually try your hardest to do something about it.
Dice were not in my favor.
You did not actually manage to succeed, and they're still going to get her killed at some point.
All right,
You've
please
not
attempt to. Until I initiate a prison break.
Yeah, you could actually break everyone out of prison.
I love that TV show.
Well, that's good because you're gonna need to, you know.
I'm gonna have a map tattooed on my back, all over my body.
Okay, and then the third one is you'll build the spy network. So you didn't really move anywhere in that direction.
Not yet.
So,
nah.
so not yet. So the thing with, are you gonna like consider her part of your like active target, like with this person, Elsa?
Yes.
Is she gonna be okay? So you're gonna keep an eye on her. Okay.
I haven't gotten to write anything yet.
I like your next instinct coming up for next session. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh my goodness! Do they have right by combat? Be like, I challenge Horatio.
You know what? That'd be interesting. You try to challenge Horatio to a fight, but you know him so well, you could just like, duh. I don't know.
Despite him being stronger than Avery actually is relatively about the same level. Actually, I think he's more talented than Horatio at combat.
Right, he's a better combatant. That's the interesting part. So
I think Horatio knows that, and that's why he hates Avery so much.
Well, let me check your traits because I didn't move them over, so I'll check your traits to see if any of them came up.
I don't think they did.
Mark of privilege, your lordship. Heretic hunter, no. Knife-eared, no. Elitist, no. I have the hunter, no.
I didn't really get to make that many rolls either, so
no.
This was kind of circumstantial.
Well,
So,
I got to make 0 rolls.
I did give you a fate point for the humor already, so you can keep that.
Nope.
And then Ash. Okay, so let's see what you got. With the dwarves, perhaps the local archaeologist can help. Well, you didn't visit them, but you'll have plenty of time to do that actually between now and next time. So I think that's definitely something you could do later. You did. I actually will give you the fate point because you did remain neutral, and like deliberately.
I chose my words carefully around my apprentices too.
And you did. So I will give you 2 fate points for that because that was definitely solid work. 44. That is not how many you have. Not yet, anyway. Let's see. Instincts. Yeah, so instincts, I like that the feel threatened, no, when not busy, so those didn't help you, and then the artifact did not help you necessarily, or hurt you, so those don't.
When not busy, thing kind of did, because I wasn't busy a lot, and I was crafting.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like a lot of this is going to be just time skip forward, and we'll see how that affects everyone. Let's see. So I'm looking for your traits now because I have them here.
You didn't put them on the first sheet, so they're under the
section.
character burner still.
No, I didn't, but I'm gonna move them eventually. You have breaking labor, man-made, geometric, diligent, brash. I don't know. Brash kind of sounds like. I don't know. What do you think? You weren't really willing to compromise. You're very.
I was very forward. That's pretty brash.
Yeah, I definitely like that one for you. I'll give you at least 1 fate point because I feel like you played at least one of those, so I'll give you an extra one.
Backbreaking labor for making a cold iron sword, which are hard to make.
Actually, let me check because I think that's like a call-on or something. Although I don't think you needed to use it.
You said you have it set as life path, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't have moved it over, so I don't know what kind of trait it is. So again, I'm looking for this section. I'll add a fate here. 05. Okay. Yeah, let me check that real quick, because I kind of am willing to agree with that. I just need to look at what it is for, because I would need to know for next time. I think it's for hauling or something. But I will give you it anyway, because I feel like that does make sense. Because you're basically spending the next, like, week for the church. Like,
Well, if we do that, then diligent kind of works too.
yeah, that's true. Well, and you did like make this craftsmanship. Okay, it's call on for power or fort when performing hard labor. So yeah, I will give you that one because you are working hard on this, and then I'll give you diligent also because you are working. So yes, 2 more for you. I will add them over here. I agree with both of those. 7. Let's go back here. So right skill, right time. Oh, this is tricky. I'm gonna check these real quick. Anyone have right skill, right time? I mean, I almost want to give it for the sorcery because trying to sneak her out, but I don't really. I think that one was more what you were.
I tried to do what I could do best.
Yeah. So I don't think anyone had right skill, right time.
Damn it!
Because there were.
I really wanted to earn that one.
Yeah. Embodiment. Let's see. So I still have to go through the other ones. So let's do errands now. Aaron, you have slander. You did not have to slander anyone. That's good. You did not do anything for the church, but right now you're safe. That's what matters. But you also didn't get to talk to Eloise.
Right.
But I think a lot of that stuff will get covered later.
Yeah.
Do you consider the forge hostile?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, next session I will give you some rumors from this area, so I'll make a note about that real quick. For next session, I'll have to give you some rumors about the local, because you are in a new area. Because the other place was the bar, so this would be a new settlement.
Yeah.
New rumors. Even from the forge itself, because you could just listen to the apprentices like gossip all day.
Yeah.
Forge and or the surrounding village. Village for Aaron, and then other half of the party is detained while the sword is being forged. I love the idea they ask you to like deliver it so that you end up meeting the rest of them. Like deliver the sword to us, and then you'll get to meet the rest of the party. That'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, if you deliver the sword, I'll come with you.
Oh my god.
If you can deliver
Why
some
the fuck are you
lockpicks-
following me? I'm just delivering a sword.
Can you deliver some lockpicks, please? And some shivs?
Yeah, put it in the cake.
Well, my character wouldn't know to bring that stuff.
I'm just
Why would she
saying,
anyway? She doesn't know who you are.
Bring shivs just in case.
Put a shiv inside of the sword. Like, do you understand what it's?
She's a blacksmith. She doesn't.
Come on, if a prisoner can make a shiv, you can make a shiv.
Oh, yeah, she could make a shiv. Why is she going to make a shiv?
I don't know, prison break.
Why would she want to break them out of prison? She doesn't know who they are.
Not yet anyway. I will convince you to make me shivs.
Yeah, it's like make me. You can mind control. It's not like you can do that.
No, I'm talking about with seduction. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm feeling loopy. It's okay. I had a long
It's okay.
day.
We'll move on.
I worked pretty much overtime all day today.
All right.
It hurt.
I wanted to check your traits real quick because I do want to give you a fate point for the fire resistant one because I've been wanting to find a cool use for that for a while.
Right, so I slept inside the furnace while I recovered.
And I gave you one for adorable because that did actually come into play here, so I'll give you those. How about that? Because I finally found the use for adorable. I'm happy.
What?
That you weren't like, because they give penalties for like scary ghosts and zombies. I'm like, you're adorable. You're not scary.
Right.
So
I'm not scary.
I gave you that one. Let's move on to Melanie. So Melanie, I want to get closer to Avery. I want to befriend him and gain his trust. Well, okay, so Avery, at this point, do you trust her?
Not completely. But I
Okay.
actually trust her more that I know she can do magic.
Okay, so that is definitely worth a fate point because you did advance that.
Also, we're prison buddies now, so.
Yes. I want to get closer to Aaron.
That
Well,
didn't come up this
now
session.
you know where she is, so at least you are kind of closer to her.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to advance my position. Well, you've actually gone in reverse on that one, so now you've gotten yourself caught as a possible accomplice to evil, and you might get discovered. So you might have to tell Bartholomew your truth, which would be pretty bad. I always give others the chance to prove they're good. Well, that didn't come up. I was hoping you would pray, but you did not. So, well, I was waiting for that.
That might come up
Did
in a
not
cell.
happen. Yes, that would probably come up in a cell, and then once that happens, things would get very bad for you, which is perfect. I will give you the third one though.
I said it
because you
might
did
come
not-
up. Anyway, yes.
What do you mean it might? It's an instinct. You don't have a choice.
Ah, okay.
That's the whole point. Like you can't choose not to. You will. I mean, it's not like a thing. You don't get to say no. I'm not going to. You will always. You know, wherever I am in a dark place, it's not negotiable. See, now pursued would have been good. Let me see. Evasive. I think you were definitely evasive. That one I will give you, because you were trying to lie the entire time,
Yeah.
and that was basically like. So 9 up to 9 fate points. Let's see what else. That was traits. Okay, so now we're gonna do persona.
Well, I did diligent too.
How?
Because A, I kept pursuing after getting her to safety, and then B, I went out of my way to actually use my magic to do so.
I don't know about that.
Do you want to put it up to vote?
No, I'm gonna move on.
Damn. Vita.
Well, that does take a lot of dedication, which does fall
I
under
don't know about that because diligent for me is more like, I mean, if she had like, let's say, I don't really know how it would have been able to be used in this situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, she used a spell in a normal fashion that didn't really involve, like, you know, it was careful work, but it's not like she described it that way. In fact, she didn't describe how it worked at all. I was doing that, so. You know, if you had described it that way, I would have given you yeah.
Well, I mean, for the most part, you were describing it already. There wasn't much I could say.
Well, you could have said something. You didn't.
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that I would have interrupted your your
No, I
expression.
don't mind. I don't mind if you do that. That's your job. I mean.
Well, how was I supposed to know that then? In this case,
Anyway,
it's never come up.
I'm not sure about embodiment because I feel like all of you did really good at playing your characters. I'm thinking because I really liked that Ash is starting to get into character. I like that Melanie is still playing their character. I like that Avery is trying to get into sort of a character. So I mean, it's really weird because like I don't know if because you guys can nominate if you like anyone you want to nominate for embodiment. Otherwise, I'm not going to give it out because I feel like it's pretty even.
Ash.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else want to nominate anyone?
You know what? I mean, I would nominate Melanie personally.
Okay.
I kind of felt
That's
like
fair.
she did a lot of work.
That's fair. Okay. So where do you want to nominate anyone?
Yeah. I'm trying to nominate Avery.
Okay. Yeah.
So
and then
even
Ash-
spread.
Yeah. Ash, do you want to nominate anyone?
Everybody did very well.
Everyone
I don't
did
think
good.
it's really.
Okay. So I don't think anyone stood out because everyone did fine. So that's fair. Mold Breaker, see, it's like, yeah, we had a few opportunities for that this session, but like all of you wanted to kind of go with what you had, which was solid.
I changed my plan every single second.
Yeah.
I had a very specific set of plans. I
I
thought
think-
Bartholomew was going to go out chasing after the spirit.
I
was gonna drag them off
think-
into the stables, distract Bartholomew by making out with Melanie, and have Aaron run away. Because you run into you turn around. Oh, I have you. Oh, what? Oh, gross. And then
Damn.
then she runs away down a corner, and then basically explain yourselves there. That was my
Okay.
initial plan. Then the
Right.
second plan was All right. Well, let's put this girl. Let's put the bag over her head, keep her tied up, and start dragging her out. But I wanted to let Melanie do her thing, so I kind of just let that.
Well, I
happen.
almost because here's my thing. If you guys had like contemplated this as like bad, I would have given you both persona points. But like you weren't really like, I didn't really see that moment where you were just like, this is a really bad idea. We shouldn't be doing this. We both want to get higher up in the church. You weren't even thinking. You just started running. But
Pretty
I would
much,
have,
yeah.
you know. But the thing is, if I had seen that moment where you were like, we can't just run away. This is not like, you know, we're going against the church. If we do this, we're screwed. But if you had
Oh,
done
I
that,
have a legal defense already in my head for my
but
character.
I would have given persona to both of you for that if that had happened. Because
But-
like the thing with Mold Breaker is that you have to kind of go against your belief, but you also have to feel conflicted about it. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna
no,
go against my
I
belief.
still have plans for getting up higher in the church.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just
Workhorse.
uh,
See, I'm thinking about Workhorse because I feel like I don't know if anyone specifically because I feel like both of you kind of pressed into that scene.
Give it to both of them.
Yeah, but like the thing is that they're all. I mean, it would be something like they both kind of pressed forward in their own way. I guess I could kind of see that. Like both of you, yeah. So I'll give you both persona points because I feel like that's solid. Like that makes sense. Like both of you were trying to push forward for getting her out as fast as possible, and you did kind of push into that as much as you could, and you worked as hard as you could have on that and failed. But you really did try to push. You were the ones moving things forward. At that point, I wasn't doing shit. So I would give you both persona points for that.
and I also would like to point out, I think both Silver and I did a pretty good job of adopting to each other's at least little tidbits of a plan, and
Yeah.
it kind of worked out relative.
Listen. There's that, and we would have succeeded, but then Captain Copernicus over here decided to go full blown. Fuck
Yeah.
no.
Bartholomew is like actually trying to do his job. Because I agree that like the thing is, this guy is like in charge
Like
of.
super hardcore mode on us
This guy
too.
is like in charge of the entire army, so he can't just be like a pushover.
Oh,
Right.
no, I didn't expect him to. I expected this plan to fall forward as soon as magic got involved.
Like
However, I
Bartholomew
still loved the fact that Melanie used magic, even if I.
is so in character for him too. He's just like, what is this? Who are you? Who is that? I don't care. Just and then you just start running. He's like, fuck this. Get him.
Avery's like, and I want you to understand Avery's thought process of the worst thing they can do is kill me.
Yeah,
Because he's
of course.
already he spent a month literally starving in the woods before he got even close to another society.
That's true.
He feels like he already went through the worst. If the
Okay.
worst thing he's got to do is shank his brother, that's like normal for him. He's fine with that.
So I love. Okay, so MVP it says specifically for being the crucial element of success.
Oh,
I'm
we
curious.
failed though. We
So I'm
failed so
curious,
hard.
like my question is, do you guys want to nominate anyone for MVP? Just overall best player,
I
or
nominate myself, but I can't do that.
Well, I mean, can it. Okay,
I don't know.
I do want to nominate Silver, and here's my reasoning.
Okay.
Silver tried the hardest to make Melanie's plan work.
Right. I agree.
And I'm going to point that out. Melanie's plan. I am gonna specify.
Right.
But Melanie Silver did try the hardest, I believe, to get her agenda across.
And that's only reasonable. Like,
It's
in her belief to do that.
I do believe Melanie took the most risks in the game.
I agree. That magic roll is like a huge risk.
Granted, Umbre didn't have much of it.
Silver.
Yeah,
Silver is nominated.
Okay, so you're both nominating Silver. So then, Silver would win by default then. Because I'm not going to argue, and even if Ash voted for someone else, Silver would still win the vote. So you could still nominate someone else, though. I'd like to know if you thought anyone in particular did really well.
Everyone did well, I think.
Yeah. Okay. That's solid. Yeah, if you wanted to say.
I mean,
anything.
me and Umbry didn't really get much interaction during this one tonight, so
Right.
we didn't really have much to contribute. It was mostly Silver and Ryan, so I
I'm-
need to go to one of those two.
I'm really looking forward because it's this thing where I wanted to sort of set that up, and it's something that I'm going to definitely focus on more next time. But I really like that we set up.
Yeah, I didn't even get to roll at all tonight, but it doesn't really matter.
No, I mean, what would you?
Oh, here's a
have
big
to
I
question.
wasn't trying to form that as a complaint. I was just stating the fact that since we didn't have much going on,
Mhm.
it needs to go to
we
either.
didn't have much going on.
So I'm going to give Silver the. I'm going to give Silver the.
I have
MVP
another
this
role
time.
that I could technically do after this.
What is your plan now, huh? I want to hear it.
Oh, my plan is to change that first belief and become a criminal underworld boss.
Can't you use circle? You can use circles to establish people, right?
Yeah. What's your plan?
Can't there be people that have been suspected already of being witches and that could have actually been witches but haven't had substantial evidence?
No, because you're the only person who's in this city who's that. So no, we've established that. You're the only one.
Okay.
There are other witches in the village, but they're not going to come and help you. Unless he sends a message to his wife, which she's already a relationship.
Right.
She's the only one who could help you at this point.
Okay.
And I want to wait till we break out of prison to contact my wife. I think she's going to be mad at me. So
I'm here. It's like, okay, wait, why am I in the jail? Oh, there you are, another witch. Chink.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna
You
wait.
betrayed me.
I'm gonna wait that one out. I'm just gonna not do that at all.
You betrayed me. For pushing
Oh,
forward.
that'd be the most fucked up thing I could do to re-earn stats. Be like, oh, I can tell you where a whole village is.
Oh, will the bitch smorgasbord. You betray everyone and you become. Oh my god, that'd be the most little finger move, though.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Wait
I'm gonna stick with if I can't get out of this with my wits, guile, or sword. I'm gonna just break out and become an underworld boss.
Okay, so you'd write that as your new belief.
No, not yet. Not if
Okay.
at the end of next session.
Oh, you're gonna see.
Here, if I have not, not reinstated myself. If I have not given myself like a new reputation, like if I haven't shown that I'm still reputable, then I'm just going to switch it and just become a full-blown criminal.
Okay, so you have a backup.
Well, you
plan.
could always play the card of like, oh, I was being a double agent. I was trying to get in on their good side, so they would tell me more.
That is part of my plan. I have a couple things in my mind. I plan on the double agent's my first story.
Betray Silver. My first plan is to betray Silver.
My plan is I was working as a double agent because you did not, Bartholomew, trust Eloise to begin with. So I wanted to see how Eloise handled the situation. Eloise decided to free her.
See, honestly, that could work because you've basically proven that Eloise is a traitor. So you could, if you could prove that, then you could probably be let off.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Oh, you've done well. You've discovered the traitor.
And then at the same time, as a double agent, I do want to work to, at the same time, turn say like. However, that means Melanie is overly useful, and as you can see, I was successful in doing my job. Let me continue to handle Eloise, free her, make her think she's free, and let's see where she goes. That would be kind of his whole double agent
so
thing.
Your plan is to like secretly follow her to the place where you know she'll go.
I'm a double agent.
Double agent.
You're
a triple agent. You're a triple agent.
It's as convoluted as any spy novel is.
Yes. Okay.
That's the first plan, and then second plan is to shiv my older brother in a duel.
Yeah, that's also valid.
Third plan is if that doesn't work out, if I can't get the legality worked around that, just break out of prison and become a criminal and start open up a couple whorehouses and little finger this shit.
Yeah. Okay. I like your plans.
I told you I have schemes.
See, I'm wondering, like, it's so funny because now I'm just imagining, like, you're planning all this shit and, like, Eloise is just, like, screaming and, like a maniac. And
nah, she's not going to be screaming. In fact, she's probably...
No, I said Elsa, sorry. I meant to say Elsa. Like,
Elsa
is, like, freaking out and screaming and, like, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. I'm
were
not going to
supposed
say
escape.
anything till next session.
I feel like she'd use some kind of like freaky magic to like get you out because apparently you're supposed to escape. So she's going to tell you how to escape.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good night.
Bye.
Because that's a legit thing. Like we've established now that the shadow god is in your favor, so there probably is actually a way that you're meant to escape.
My shadow god?
Yeah. No, there's only one. So.
Okay, so he's in my favor. Yeah.
I mean that's a benefit of all the roles we made. We've established that they're working in your favor. So like, she said, "Oh, you're meant to escape." So. She might have a vision that will give you information on how to escape.
And apparently, this session, Avery's a hardened badass to anything supernatural.
Oh yeah, no.
I have somehow, I don't know, I passed damn near impossible checks.
That was amazing.
Like,
Simply
Jesus.
splendid.
Yeah, because like to clarify what that means is that if you hadn't succeeded that, you wouldn't have been able to run away with, which might have been better for you, but
No, I think the double convoluted spy thing actually works out better in my favor.
yeah, okay.
Personally, because I think it's more interesting than being in a fugue state. I think failing. My philosophy behind RPGs is
Sometimes it's more fun to fail.
I think most of the time, like if you fail all the time, it's not fun. But if you fail like most of the time, where it's kind of where you can have fun with it, I think I personally think that's fun. That's how I do stuff.
I think this one was really half and half, where you guys succeeded at everything up until the end, and then you just, because you were outmanned. I mean, it's this concept that like I didn't think it would be possible.
Honestly, the only reason why we failed was because of him getting that extra.
Yeah, exactly. Like him just being like,
If he hadn't used a fate in that, if you hadn't pulled that fate shit that you did, then honestly we would have gotten free.
I mean, I have to explain why that's even possible. It's because Bartholomew is like the main villain, so that's why he has that.
No, I know.
Yeah, he has.
I'm just saying if he hadn't succeeded that, then we would have gotten out.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
But I also want to point out the future's not all bleak. The best stories are always when the heroes just fucking faceplant and then they get back up and then they do good better things. If we work together on if you can hold out an interrogation and if this double convoluted spy shit works out, then I think we could both kind of get off scot-free and help out Aaron on top of it.
Yeah, because Aaron's gonna be there.
And if that doesn't work out, plan number 3, which involves just becoming criminals, isn't the worst thing we could do.
No, totally. You could all become adventurers, and then we could play a different kind of game.
Or we could just become V for Vendetta style anti-government terrorists.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of another plan that I've had for this campaign for a while. It's like, what if you guys just started this?
And at this point, it'd be like, well, there's no other place I can go but this, and I guess Avery will just take a dark
she'd
turn.
still be adamant about bringing light back, regardless. So
Yeah. Avery's
be like, all right, while we're not a part of the church, then I'm still gonna make it my thing where I'm still gonna go after the artifacts as much as I can.
Okay, so the idea is we're probably gonna have everyone revise their beliefs between the sessions, and I'll try to get you guys to do that. But if not, then try to do it yourselves. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the broadcast real quick.
I mean, yeah, like.